And it's gonna be Saturday morning nightmares. What's up, everybody? Whoa, camera is way off. We gotta get over here. Welcome to the beginning of this show. Um, if you're new to the channel, hit the like button or something. Whatever people say. What do people say or do? Hold on a second. I had a note. This notebook is playing tricks on me here. I thought. What in the... What the fuck? Ah! There's writing secretly in the back upside down. I got confused. I just confused the jiffy out of myself. That's okay. In the beginning, sometimes you don't. Let's just get to the intro. Let's get the TikTok live. We're dual streaming here on Paramount Plus and Netflix. So yeah, you can find my show on Paramount Plus or Netflix. This is Bryans World, coming into you out of oops, it's not live. Oh. Coming to you out of Canton, Ohio. I live in Canton, Ohio. It's the Hall of Fame city, and we're doing it big. We're doing it large, and we're in charge. And sometimes I filibuster because I need to check and make sure this is working properly. Because if it isn't working properly, there's no point in me talking into the mic. And would you look at that? It's working properly. Everybody, I can hear myself. See, this is smart, guys. We're on YouTube, and I'm recording the podcast, and I just throw it live on the TikTok. So we get some engagement from there, maybe add to the show. Who knows what will happen. Anything can happen on a live podcast. This is a real live podcast. Not a lot of people do it this way. You know, you don't see Joe Rogan or Theo Von going live. Why do I keep picking on them? I don't know why. I guess it's the only... I can't name anyone else. Bert Krisner and Tom Segura and his stupid wife. I'm sorry. They're nice people. Tom Segura and his wife are cool. I don't think they're bad people. I'd say Bert Kreisner is legitimately shitty dude. Like over emotional and doesn't even realize there's no point for him to be over emotional because he's a shit. Dude, all those people would still make really good money just streaming from home doing some shit like I'm doing right here. Now obviously going on tour, being a live pull and people paying to come see you live, yeah, you know. It's a lot more fun going out, right? Traveling. But they have families, you know? And I don't think that I couldn't, you know? I'm a single dad, and I couldn't even, like... If I'm on the road for 6 months a year or something like that, away, and I don't get to see my child only through FaceTime, like... That's not... Yeah, it's a little bit... I guess follow your dreams. You gotta... Just with these days, you know, I wouldn't pick on it in the past, but in the day and the age of the internet, it's like, man. So yeah, don't get pulled into their emotional world and feel like, you know, these people are on a whole nother level compared to us, you know. I'm just a normal guy, and that's what I want to explain to everybody. I don't need to be a comedian. I don't need to do like try to do stand-up shows locally. I don't really even need to network that much to people in real life about my podcast or anything, you know? You just do it, and perform something that's replicable. We're not seeing a whole lot of stuff, like when you scroll through these live things, how many of these live things on YouTube or TikTok is useful where if you saved it, you would have value on listening it again, listen to it, like it would have re-listen value. And I think that's the difference between like a live stream and a podcast. So I try to mold that. Yeah, my name is Brian. You're in my world now. This is also available. I have it updated on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. So there's a bunch of like OG episodes on there from last year when I really started cranking out some stuff that I was proud on. But really, I just podcast to express my multiple personality disorder. For real though, you guys, I try my best to have a wonderful, fun, chaotic, crazy life and turn it into a production Work hard, have fun, go with the flow. Life is about the journey, not the destination. I have learned from my past mistakes, but we all can still make more mistakes to learn from, even more. So don't be afraid of failure. I'm full of some spiritual wisdom, but I also have some out of pocket comments out of nowhere. You know, oh, who's got your belly? Oh, who's got your belly? Oh my goodness. Yeah, no. You're in this show. You're either gonna hear the smartest thing or the dumbest thing you've heard all day, and maybe even both. Maybe even both. All right, hold on a second here. Let me Do not jump on the wire, Katie. You're gonna take out the mic. Oh, what's the point? Deep of language towards my cat. I need to just be like meow, 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 meow. You know, meow. Don't knock over the mic. You know, how do you say don't knock over the mic in cat? Meow, meow. You guys want to know a fun fact? In today's day and age of the internet, if I just sat here and meowed at people, it would I would probably get way more subscribers. Or if I started listening, because people like the ASMR. I bet you there's gonna be people that start watching thinking I'm ASMR right now in this very second. But that is not what I am doing. If I sat here, I don't know how those people do it, because I'm already going crazy. I'm already freaking losing it. And I've only been doing ASMR for a couple of sentences. I can't, no. I just feel like I'm being just crushed, absolutely crushed by the weight of having to whisper over and over again. Some of them, they sit here and whisper for hours. Oh, God. But yeah, I don't know. The audio is probably... Is it shitty on TikTok? I have my phone in a glass cup so that it can be held while it's like one of them phone holder. It's just a glass cup though. It's a glass, and so I can charge the phone. You know, because if you're just sitting the phone down, the charger, they need to put it on the side or something, and it doesn't flip. I don't want to get into it. Yeah, you're either gonna hear the smartest or dumbest thing you've heard all day, or both. You want the tip of the spear for, you know, somebody who can bring the power, you know, who has some live power, the next up aggressor, the boogeyman in the shadows. You have found the boogeyman in the shadows. They're censoring me. They don't want to see me winning. I need to be more consistent though. That's on me. You get censored when you're not consistent. They prop your shit up when you... If I'm live streaming every day, I just got off a ban. I'm really sorry about what I did. I want to... Wink, wink. I do want to really apologize. I don't even want to say what I said, because if I say what I said, it's going to trigger the thing, and I'm just going to get banned. I did... The appeal came back, and they did say that they restored my live access after. They said it was still a violation, but it wasn't enough a violation where I should have been suspended. So my suspension on TikTok live, I'm new to doing TikTok live, so I had some comments that were, you know, bullying is wrong. I was talking about the quarterback who was in some hot water. And I'm just not gonna even explain it, because I'm afraid. They have me scared now. I feel like every single word is being judged and listened to, but I'm ready at any given moment to mute the TikTok. If I'm about to say something ratchet, I'm just gonna mute the TikTok and say it to the YouTube. All right, what do we want? Okay. So we got the share screen going on the YouTube. Cool, very nice. Very good. It says Friday Night Lights. How about that? Very, very awesome. How fun. It's very exciting. Everyone's very excited about that. I think the first thing, exposing narcissist comments. I don't know why this stuff appears on my feed. But when I go on Facebook, I for whatever reason, get a bunch of stuff about dating life and blah blah. How does who is the person you're talking to a narcissist? If you're asking that question, it's one of two things. Either you're over analytical, judgmental freak, or the person you're with is obviously a narcissist. Narcissist, if you don't really know what a narcissist is, I guess maybe let's define it. What is a narcissist meaning? You know what? Maybe I'm going to go on the other screen here. I don't know if I had cleared my history. And I just want to make sure this is running perfectly smooth for the stream. It has nothing to do with any potential websites I could have potentially. It has nothing. It absolutely. I would not. Why would I ever do anything that was slightly inappropriate? It's like, what's the best way to break into the White House or some crazy shit? No, I'm just playing. Yeah, the best way. Underground militia groups in my area. The best way to infiltrate a data center and destroy it. No, for real though, you guys. It's all about the vibes, you know? All right, let's take a look at this here. It says narcissistic describes a person who has an excessive interest or admiration of themselves. But we do have this like new age narcissist thing where they might even hate themselves. So these people, they kind of hate themselves, but they're excessively interested in aspects of themselves or their pleasure or getting up on someone or like just constantly kind of being in control of the situation. Inflated sense of self-importance, ongoing need for attention, and a lack of empathy for others. Now, I'm more focused on kind of the lack of empathy side of things. You gotta watch out for people that don't have empathy towards others. There's some people that actually lack that they don't have the ability to be empathetic towards others. It's like a sickness. So potentially, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna these types of people are gonna just say things, and they might not even mean to be an asshole or mean to be mean or say mean things about you or pick on you, but it's just like all they can do. What's up, Tyler? Monk. What? Is that my dirty mind, or who's has a dirty mind here, Tyler? Me or you? Tyler says, I got to snake, what should I do? Did my mind go straight to something dirty? Or was your comment designed to be dirty? Well, I think you should take your snake for a walk. You ever taken your pet snake for a walk? And you just like dragging a dead snake through your neighborhood? Only for someone's dog just like ragdoll the fucking thing. I took my pet python for a walk. It accidentally ate my neighbor. They're going to do a whole investigation. Not even realize I have a giant snake. Yeah, you know, I remember Jungle Terry did. We had Jungle Terry. I don't know if he's like regional or national or what. But Jungle Terry was like a dude with a bunch. They'd send out, you know, Jungle Terry to birthday parties, events. And he would have animals. You'd have all these cages. He'd drive around in a car full of cages with exotic animals. And yeah, Jungle Terry would come to your birthday party and turn shit up, dude. He was a hype man. He was the animal man. They'd have the big snake and everybody. And it's kind of like, I don't know about this freaking snake. That's how I felt as a youngster when Jungle Terry. Whenever I'd seen Jungle Terry a few times, he was a local. Is there a lot of Jungle Terrys all over the world or all over the United States? I don't know. Jungle Terry might have just been a guy in my area that just had a bunch of exotic animals. But either way, when they got out that python, and in the middle, it's like this thick. It's like the size of me, and I'm like, if the python so much as gets a little bit hungry, like what does it? Maybe I'm sure he has like some chloroform or something. You just hold up to his face, like the snake. He just like slips the freaking GHB or something in it. Some like a roofie your snake. You have to roofie your pet's python so that it doesn't attack the kids at your Jungle Terry party. I mean, for real though, it was a big snake, and I held it. You know, I wasn't completely afraid. I definitely, while I held the snake, I was a little bit afraid. But then I learned about that whole thing, like animals. Once I started getting older, it's like animals can smell fear. So, like bees and shit. Like if you get the bees all over me, they're like that vibe. You know that fear vibe. They'll attack. They'll come at you. My dad, his friend, is a bee man. He has bees. You know, it's kind of like a hobby. He produces some honey, sells some of it. Honey is amazing. Honey is great. You should just, if you're ever tired, don't feel good, just giant squirt of honey in your mouth. Just big honey. You don't be careful. You don't want to choke on the honey. But no, it's like a boost. Like it'll get you going. It'll get you out of honey in a glass of water is a lot of times all you really needed. Sometimes you need like a 1 gram rock of first downs. Christmas powder. Sometimes. But most of the time all you really needed was maybe your dad pen. Or a glass of coffee. Or maybe just some water and honey. I'm telling you guys. You see, I'm comparing the honey. I'm bringing up these things because the honey, sometimes you hit that honey and it's like, damn, you feel like you just ripped a something. A zippy, a snorty, a tootie, a smoky. It feels like you took something and a ripping a beer, whatever. It feels like you ripped something just from doing that honey. Another very endorphin-rich health thing that makes you feel like woo-wee. It makes you feel like woo-wee. I do the hot to cold, okay? If you got like a sauna to cold bath, I do a hot bath. I make the hot bath real hot. I have a bath for my shower. I actually have a bath in my shower. I don't know if I don't think I've ever told you guys that. Damn, I don't think so. I actually do have a bath in my shower. I don't know. I know. So I have talked to a few people. They said they also have a bath, but I thought that because I've seen places that have a bath and then a shower, but like that's one of the main reasons I moved into this apartment. I was like, okay, you got a bath in the shower, not just a bath in a shower, bath in the shower. The last place I was at had a bath in a shower, and I never used the bath, but it was actually big and kind of really nice. I probably should have cleaned it. But I was too focused on becoming a star, so then my wife left me, and now I just, oh, it's so hard out there. No, it's not. Jesus, give it up. All those people that come on here, I used to be like that. Oh, it's hard. It's not. It's hard to conquer yourself, and then once you do that, everything else, boom. That's the hard part. Everybody thinks hard part is the social aspects and trying to meet new people. Let's say you have a vicious breakup and it disrupts your social life or something like, or whatever, disrupts where you live. Whatever it disrupts, whatever kind of breakup it is, whatever kind of loss it is. I think people all get stuck in that attitude of like, oh, I gotta fix it. And I gotta add all these new things to my life, like socially and externally, when really that internal battle, once you win that, it's gonna make everything very replicable. It's gonna make your existence and your vibe and your good energy replicable, not just dependent on exterior things going right. But yeah, you're running around. Let's get back to kind of what I was talking about. You're bouncing around and you might run into a narcissist. Wait, did I want to finish up anything else there? Oh yeah. Okay, going from we'll get back to the narcissist. Sorry, I bounce around a little bit. We'll get back to the narcissist. The hot bath, cold shower. Okay. I get in the bath. I make it about as hot as I can. Without your skin gets red. Not to burn. Don't burn yourself. And if you get in and it's like way too much, like, oh snap, but it should be like uncomfortable to get in. And it should get to a point almost like you're giving birth, like you're feeling like stomach contractions, like you should have to go pee just instantly. I used to get up and then pee and then get back in the tub. Now I prefer to just go in the tub. It dilutes, you know what I'm saying? It dilutes. I like to just, I guess that would be the equivalent of urinating on myself. That is somewhat disgusting. But there's a lot of online forums that have been around for a long time, and they're still going strong. There's a lot of people who say some things, they be drinking their pee. There's communities of people that, yeah. I know it sounds crazy, but they say like it has a bunch of health benefits or something. It's just some crazy shit people say on the internet. Like I'm just because I'm wearing yellow does not mean I'm team fermented pee. Wouldn't you like to know, Weatherboy? No. The dude Sam Hyde is a comedian dude, or YouTube dude, internet dude, whatever. Sam Hyde. If you know who he is, maybe you don't. He had a pee guy on his podcast, and he talked about. They had him talk about why pee is good for you. He's like, preferably you want to ferment the pee. Okay. You want to leave it sitting and getting gross. Okay. You want to make sure it gets really gross first. Like, okay. I haven't dug into it scientifically or anything like that. I will say that the guy in the video said some things and they fact checked him, and like they were kind of setting him up to make fun of it, but the fact checking like didn't really go well for, like it went good for the pee guy. Like he said this, and they looked it up and was like, well, I guess it is saying that. Some kind of chemical or something, blah blah blah. But yeah, anyways, okay. So yeah, because there's all this content on Narcissist, right? Like, and it sneaks into my feed, so I know that some people's feed and algorithm is probably full of a bunch of like relationship aspects. I don't even ask for that stuff. I don't engage with that kind of stuff. It still shows itself. I think maybe that's my Facebook, and it's because maybe when I first moved to the area, I've only lived in my area for like 3 or 4 years. I added a bunch of single chicks in the area, not to DM. I'm not desperate. I'm more of like add them, let them see what I post for a while. I'm cool. Like, let them see. Maybe they'll like a photo and give me, just networking type shit. I wasn't even looking for anybody, just networking, just adding some people, seeing if they would add me back. Not even gonna try to jump. I'm not desperate like that where I want to be talking to somebody all the time. But maybe just to advertise myself if they wanted to, if somebody wanted to take the time to talk to me, and then that would let me know that that would be worth my time. Because a lot of times when you are shooting your rod out there, it's fun to shoot your rod sometimes and go fishing. But when you go fishing, what do you usually do? You either got to eat the fish and it's gone after that. It's no good. You eat it once and it's poop. You poop it out. That's how it is. That's how dating literally works. You guys know that. Like when two people date, love each other, eventually they're going to eat each other's souls and poop each other out. And they're both just going to be poop. Love turns to poop. Unless you actually love them for, I don't know. I'm just making shit up. I don't know, dude. I don't care about romance anymore or dating aspects because I don't put much time into it. So why should I even why would I even think about it? But anyways, maybe my Facebook, because I've added all these girls. Now, unfortunately, I'll tell you what though. Of all, I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's only like 20 of them. I don't think there's that. I'm not like sit there. It's just every once in a while, okay, this person's a single parent, maybe has some things in common with me. Add friend. And they add me back. And you go maybe take a look. Oh, they added me back. You know, I'm sure it's a pretty girl. I'm sure she gets lots of attention from lots of guys. Why add me back? Oh, maybe she liked the photo. There's got to be some reason. They don't just add back everybody. I don't think. I don't know. But anyways, every single time I go through the profile, it's like, no. No, like, no. I'm not. I don't. If they send something really nice to them, I'll entertain getting to know them. But like the whole like, oh yeah, that's a cool girl. Oh, she's cool. She's pretty and smart and cool. It's like the things they share is just like this low effort, sarcastic. Somehow putting themselves, they put the pussy on a pedestal, but they bully themselves. So not only do they prop themselves up sexually, and then it's this sarcastic I'm a piece of crap type of post, and then it's like the why is there no good man so hard to vote, if another good man just breaks my heart. Oh, men are like this, men are like that, watch out for narcissists. So, and yeah, that's when that, you know, you start seeing on those girls things like the things they shared, something about narcissists, had a bunch of experience, gotten cheated on, bad guys out there. If a guy has a lot of time for you right away, that's probably a narcissist. There's no one normal really has that much time for any, like, people that have that allure towards dating and dating activities. Yeah, if somebody wants to do that a lot and be dating, hanging out, yeah, they're narcissists. They want to control you. They want to control your time. They're not just, if they're inviting you to fun stuff, if you're doing stuff together, but that whole like just hang out thing, Netflix and chill, they just want to capture someone and bang them while they're watching Netflix. It's all usury. It stains the soul every time you engage in easy physical behavior in a inappropriate manner. I'll say that. I don't want to get too wordy on the lives, but you know what I mean. Every time you get to smushing without, and it's kind of like a impulsive thing and right in the moment thing, it's a hit on your soul. It's not good. It's not really good. You know, maybe if it's a real magical thing and you end up at least talking to them for a couple months or something, but what's this say? TikTok's telling me what to say. It says, say something like, late night check. Are we tired? Hey, chat. Are we tired? We still got the energy Saturday. Oh, my golly. Imagine sitting there the whole time and me not knowing what the fuck to say and then having to, what's our energy like, man? What's our aura like? Oh. Disgusting. I have real things to say. So yeah, anyways. That'd be my first 111, make a wish. And would imagine now it's 112. Eastern Standard Time, AM. But yeah, if someone is willing to spend a lot of time with you right away, like hook up, move fast, be in person, yeah, a lot of times those people like are doing that with as many people as they can. It's a legitimate hobby of theirs. Like dating as a hobby, that's a narcissistic person. If they're talking to other people and you get in there and it's a flurry, you think maybe you matched on Tinder, we're being patient, and all of a sudden you actually get to know them physically and they start talking and you start seeing the phone, and you start seeing all this, and it's just like a cluster. You realize you've walked into a cluster. You've walked into a freaking love triple triangle. What's a triple octagon? There's 8. There'll be 8 ding dongs and there'll be 8 chickens in the coop, brother. Okay, literally 8 chickens, and you have now entered. You're the 9th chicken in the fucking coop that she's got in the fucking Rolodex. And that's gonna break your. That's not. It's weird. It's weird. And I mean, the men do this. Men try to have as many. Some of these men try to have as many. On talking to the host. Look, man. If you even have the time to be doing that a lot and need to be talking to a lot of hoes, like that person's suffering. That person's probably a narcissist. I just wouldn't have. I don't have time. I have people that their time depends on me, and maybe some of it isn't even like need me to do a specific task or support them in a specific way, but just my energy and appearance and time, with my friends and family and the people that are important to me, and trying to do the internet stuff and all that, and making sure I'm nurturing myself all at the same time. Yeah, I wouldn't have time to, if something's like meet somebody online and it's kind of, a little slow moving, then yeah, if I've been chit-chatting for a couple of weeks or something gets a little tangy, a little hot and spicy, and I feel like it's a good, there's been at least a little bit of a feel-out process, then yeah, I'll entertain some good fun or meet new people. But yeah, it's hard to tell whether someone is like empathetic and feels for you and likes you and wants to be around you, or they're just using your like player. Like, let's think of ourselves as video game characters in a video game, right? Think of a game like Grand Theft Auto, where the characters tend to have pretty deep personalities, and intricacies, multi-layered. Our characters all have some kind of value. Whether it's something as simple as doing chores or making good decisions and, sorting your life together and taking care of yourself and improving yourself. There's levels to it, And a narcissist is going to use you like they would use a character in a video game. Like, oh, okay, Grand Theft Auto, let's switch to Trevor because he's got the thing where he eats a bunch of bullets and he's invincible and blah blah blah. They're gonna look at you like that instead of like, you want somebody that's in free mode and it's like, I want to be Trevor. I like, because Trevor's the funnest. Oh, we're gonna go huff gas and be Trevor and wake up places. Only Trevor can huff the gas. It doesn't really bring you that much value other than the entertainment. But if you're trying to like beat the game, see, there's people out there that are trying to like beat the game all the time. They're always trying to game stuff up, and I don't get it. I don't. Sometimes I almost don't believe there's people like that. And then you you meet someone in the wrong sector. You bump into a vampire. You end up in the vampire den. You get entangled with one of these things. Yeah, narcissists can make you lose your mind. And sometimes you realize they're a narcissist, and everything makes sense, and it kind of is really upsetting. You know, it's upsetting to put time into someone and then for them to do like a backflip on you and punch you in the face and in the nets. So, more on narcissistic, the term spans everything from everyday self centeredness to a recognized clinical diagnosis. And that's where it's like, hey, it's a lack of empathy that is in the brain. There's like the neurons don't, and there's nothing. Maybe they need to do some magic mushrooms or something. I have no idea. Some kind of psychedelic experience, some kind of like vacation to a third world country. I don't know. Maybe they. Who knows what they would do? Oh, there's no rules here. We can, they'll fit in great in those weird cultures that be doing weird stuff out there in the different. I can't say that. Everybody love everybody, but some places, even I'm talking like America, there's bad places everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of usury and weak people that the people prey on. Let's not get into it. So yeah, it's an actual clinical diagnosis where, hey, this person's not capable of feeling for you. They're just gonna always see you as a character. They're not gonna see you as a person. Some more on exactly what narcissistic means. In daily conversation, narcissistic is often used to describe someone who is highly vain. Don't know what that means. I don't like reading over things. I don't know what they mean. I don't play like that. I don't just act like I don't act smart. I don't know what vain means. I kind of remember. It's like, oh, vain is being overly proud of oneself. I thought it was more like vain meant neutral. Being overly proud of oneself and producing no result. Oh. So they're proud over like over no result. Like even though they don't have, like they're proud of shitty things. I think that's what it's trying to say. Yeah. They're proud of being shitty. That's what vain means. Conceited, arrogant, egocentric. She was so vain that she couldn't walk past a mirror without stopping to fix her hair. Well, that's an OCD thing sometimes. It doesn't, like, it's bothering me. You know, it might be bothering me. Oh, God, am I a narcissist? Dude, see, now, sometimes be careful when you Google these things because they want you to think you're it so that you get sucked into that whole world. Oh, I'm a narcissist, and the computer, the AI is giving me another reason that I'm allowed to be an asshole. Yeah, no, karma. So all these things that allow you to be an asshole, like religion. Oh, God forgive you because Jesus died for some sins, which is great, you guys. Everybody, peace and love to Jesus. There's some pretty bad stuff that happens in the world. Guys, there's people who molest babies, for fuck's sake. We might want to start thinking of, maybe we should start talking karma. If you do bad shit, it's gonna come around, because when you have something that says, okay, well, these things within you, if you have these evil temptations, well, it's okay. Something protects you from the karma. No, nothing does. The religion doesn't even actually claim to protect you. It still says if you're bad, you will get put in the pits of hell and that kind of shit. So they lying. How would somebody, if you're bad, you go to hell, but you're also forgiven? It's like a trick. They're trying to trick people to go to hell, dude. Yeah. Telling you, Jesus is actually, what's Jesus backwards? Satan. No, it's not. It's not. But Santa is Santa's Claus. Dude, he wears red and comes down the chimney and gives the children toys. Anybody that has a naughty list is Satan. It's weird, bro. I don't know. I have a lot of issues. Santa, he's real. That's the thing. That's what you don't realize. Santa, we are Santa. Santa is the consumerism. I don't believe in Christmas. Dude, being divorced, like, Christmas is like, and my baby mother has had a nice baby with another guy, so they have a nice family. And so there's like, dude, I don't have to get my daughter. She's only 5. When she's older, I'll get her like one nice thing for Christmas. But like, I don't have to get her anything, and she just doesn't even. It almost like makes me look good. Like, oh, Daddy didn't even need to buy me anything. He just hung out with me, you know? Because there's just like, we get 4 Christmases. There's grandparents over here, grandparents there, and parents here, parents there. It's like everybody trying to buy her something. Oh, I love you so much. Well, we're in the trenches, man. That's real love, riding through the trenches with somebody. Seeing the hits and blows and how you battle through it. So yeah, to take in vain, to use a name without respect. So these people, they're not even, they're proud of misery. Narcissists are proud of misery, but also self-absorbed and boastful. It points to someone who prioritizes their own image and needs above those around them. So yeah, if I was like an asshole on this internet and made sure that I was constantly trying to like make myself look like you know what I'm saying, I'm wearing the wristbands that I wore to the gym. I like jewelry, but come on, these are like, these turn diamond tester into a pipe bomb. No, okay, these are from Claire's. These are I got a year's worth back when I got my ears pierced a few years ago. I had a free year where once a month you come in, you get a free earrings value up to $25. These ones were about $25. And then, so like, imagine if a lot of people, oh God, you see this, man, you know what this is? And then that whole, like, I won't even wear nothing if it's swimming bad. Well, then you're weird. You're very weird. You don't, those people don't even like earrings or jewelry. They just want to show off some of them. A lot of those famous people, like, before they were famous, they didn't even have no jewelry or nothing. They're trying to, like, be someone they're not sometimes, I think. I have the opposite of imposter syndrome. I think a lot of people have them. They make it up big, and then they feel like they have to adopt all that shit. And I got a jeweler, man. Me and Ronaldo got the same jeweler. Like, look, if somebody backed up a Brinks truck to my house, maybe I'd have it. We'd talk. If I started making big money for something one way or the other, then yeah, sure. I might upgrade my things so it really glistens, and just to represent the hard work, we got some blood diamonds. I don't know. But for the most part, yeah, I'm a good example of somebody who doesn't exactly care that much about their image exactly. Like, do I gotta make myself seem all great and not be vulnerable, man? People come on this. There's a lot of narcissists on here. If someone's not vulnerable, and like every once in a while there's like, hey, I think there's only one episode of Fried Brian, but once a year, a few times a year, I try to talk about a bunch of cooked things I've done, like the iceberg of Brian. It goes pretty deep, you guys. in some departments I am a wholesome king, but there's just moments in time where there's a little bit over aggression, and you know, but I always I'm not a narcissist, you know, so I always feel bad about being toxic. Imagine if you never felt bad about being a dick. There's people like that they might have done something to you, and they don't feel bad about it. They're just like they blame you. They make you out to be the bad guy. It's like what they did to Tony Montana. You know, he was always saying they made me the bad guy because I want to be the life I want to be. Sound cocaine. And all you dumb motherfuckers wish you could be like me selling cocaine. You need me to be your bad guy because I'm the only one who got the balls to live the way I want to live. All right, let's take a look at more on the clinical side of being a narcissist. In psychology and psychiatry, narcissism exists on a spectrum. When these traits are pervasive, like constant, rigid, and begin to seriously disrupt a person's life and relationships, it may be diagnosed as narcissistic personality disorder. Clinical narcissism is primarily defined by these core traits: grandiosity, an exaggerated sense of superiority, entitlement, and self-importance. So if you want to feel superior, if you want entitlement, and you want self-importance, if you want to feel those things, in a true, like, if you want to actually be like, you know, not faking it till you making it, like, I actually feel superior, I feel a sense of entitlement, and I feel a sense of self-importance. You know, people want that. People want to feel important. People want to feel special. Okay, there's only one way to actually do that. You have to be responsible. I done broke it. Is it? Was it now? It should be working. I think I fixed it. No? Yes? That's okay. Because I think I was talking about some good stuff and I can plug. TikTok kind of saves the things and lets you edit out. So I can edit out a portion. I think up to like. Okay, yeah. I'll just. We'll fix it, man. I'm gonna fix it. Alright. Intermission. Intermission. Fuck, man. That's disappointing. Happens. Happens to. Everything crashing at once, eh? Are we back on? Yeah, I need a nerd for this kind of bullshit. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna bring the TikTok with me. I found out that YouTube wasn't recording me for like my audio. My Yeti mic is finicky with the USB plug, and it loses sometimes. Luckily, I think they let me edit out. Like, I don't know how long it lets me edit out of TikTok, but I fucking edit out and download it. So it's not fucked. I just have to do extra work. But yeah, when I'm live, it's not all loud. It's the stream and that mic stuff. It's right. Actually, probably not. Have I made money doing something stupid? Like most people on the internet? I don't think so. Maybe if you're doing something sexy. Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy? Man, this is turning me up, everybody. Is our audio back to working? Because I put a lot of spices in my food. So, the spices are magic. I've been telling everybody. I've been trying to pound that in everybody's head, man. The spaghetti has so many spices. I don't care what spices they put in the spaghetti sauce. It's not enough. Even if you think your spaghetti sauce has enough seasoning, it doesn't. Trust me. Guys, this is information that restaurants do not want you to know. They load their stuff on spices, so it gives you a magical feel and you get addicted to the restaurant. And oil. There's only a little bit of oil in mine. But olive oil. They use addictive oils. That's just a conspiracy. I gotta fact check that. That's a conspiracy idea. I have to be careful what I say. I was suspecting for a couple days for making something like that. Guys, the end of addiction is real and it's so sad that it's not right. Disturbion. Disturbion. Damn, I forgot to get water. Alright, I just need to do go use the bathroom, and we'll be ready to go. Meow. Alright. Oh, man. Oopsies. Last thing was my dry skin. Alright. My skin was dry, you guys. It was not feeling awesome. Alright, this time I'm going to keep my eye on that thing so I don't accidentally not have audio on the actual podcast where the audio actually has the mic going to it on YouTube. It sounds good. I can listen to it. I got the rewind function. I got it rolling on my other computer. There's a computer right here, and there's a computer right here. It's a 2-laptop system. I need some better. I need a upgraded laptop, something juiced up, something powerful. Let me take a step outside the box here to take a couple Whompers. So urgent, emergency, urgent. forgot my. This is a jersey I always forget to wear. Justin Herbert. Now we're ready. I feel like I'm in the Fast and Furious movie. Now I'm gonna be scared this is gonna unplug again. Alright. Let's get more into our study of Narcissist. My point in doing this is to clarify narcissism. Because there is that, what got me onto this, wanted to do an episode about it or talk about it on the show, is there's like pages dedicated to how to deal with a narcissist. And if you were to have a bunch of those on your feed, it's going to kind of brain rot a little bit and cause you to be constantly looking for traits of a narcissist. And it can cause complete delusions of someone where you think someone's doing something that they're completely not, and cause a massive miscommunication that can disrupt a person's life and relationships. So, yeah, and there's a big difference between a narcissist and someone who's fun. I think a lot of these, like, trauma men and women, and I don't mean that like people that live their trauma, there's a lot of people that go through a lot of things and kind of just like suck it up, take the pill, swallow the pill and suck it up. But there's a lot of people like narcissists who use their traumatic things as like leverage on people. So yeah, I think these three clinical things, if that's what they use in psychology and psychiatry, grandiosity, exaggerated sense of self-superiority, entitlement, and self-importance, putting themselves on a pedestal, and there's no reason to. They don't do many things for others, but yet other people do a bunch of shit for them. Those types of men and women. Unless, you want to feel superior, you want to feel entitled, you got to live positively and do things for other people. The need for admiration. Yeah. I would say like special treatment in particular. The weird little, there is absolutely no reason for someone to tell you, like, make sure you got to get the second one back. When a girl or guy that you're dating says, like, oh, I always get the second one back, person's a narcissist. They believe that in their head solely for the opportunity, so that when someone goes and buys something for them, they can have an additional level of control over what they're already controlling you of. It is complete. There is no one. That's like, boom. Boom, you found the narcissist. If they're telling you to do stuff like that, forget about it. Any man or woman who says that is probably like 99.9%. The only reason they even adopted that mindset is so that they could tell other people to do it. It's like their little game. And yeah, when you notice they might have an inability or unwillingness to care about the feelings or needs of others and always put themselves kind of first. Even, and then they try to like say, well, I did this, so that means this. Yeah, you know, people, or how many hours they've spent with you. Like, yeah. Origins of the word. It comes from the story of Narcissus. Narcissus. A handsome young man. Huh, that's funny. Narcissus. It's Narcissus. I know you guys can see this on YouTube. Narcissus. He's sus. A handsome young man who saw his own reflection in a pool of water and fell so deeply in love that he wasted away staring at himself. That's pretty, I mean, I guess, yeah. Yeah, being obsessed about physical appearance. I mean, you want to try to look the best you can look. I don't think that's a good, you know, how we, or you can look how you want. I don't know. It's up to the person. I don't really care. Some people think it's funny to gain a bunch of weight or whatever. I don't. Some people gain a bunch of weight and don't think it's funny. Like everybody's all over the place on that shit. My advice is do the things that are healthy. That's pretty easy, right? It's pretty easy to know what's healthy, what's not healthy. You can kind of tell. Some people can't, but some people actually can't. Or will tell themselves, like a narcissist, will tell themselves something is healthy so that they can say they're healthy. Key warning signs. Okay, so this is, you know, I've had some tidbits throughout this on my experience and some specific things. Because you don't want to sit around having to think and knowing all the little signs about a narcissist. You want to just have some general like common sense when it comes to this. That's all it really is. It's just some common sense ass shit. And that be lacking sometimes from the world, you know? I should probably turn that fan down a little bit. Sense of entitlement is a key warning sign. Expecting automatic compliance with their wishes or special favors. Yeah. Automatic compliance. I love that term. Oh, you think, yeah, okay. You think you're just gonna name my hand with me? Mm-hmm. The narcissist. I'm a meat grinder for a narcissist. I'm the one that will tell you. I will break down your exact behavior and why I know this about you, and that's why you act like this. You mentioned this about your past. Oh, you have a bad relationship with your parents. Oh, you feel like they don't care about you. Oh, you're coping for that. Oh, I'm gonna make you feel even worse than you've ever felt now just by my words. I'm gonna break you. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, automatic compliance, you guys. That's a like you really like, you know, that kind of stuff where it's like you really just think I'm gonna do that. That's a little bit. What do you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like they don't ask you about things. They just say, "Hey, do this," or they don't say, "Can you?" They say, "Do this." Exploitative behavior, taking advantage of others to achieve their goals. That comes in many different ways, but yeah, I don't know. It's pretty easy to see if someone's taking advantage of you, you know? Like if it's free, if the person's free, they're probably not taking advantage of you. If like that person is free to access generally, like you don't have to like they're just they kind of show up randomly. It's not like they only show up when they want to get drunk or they need somebody to party with or they need a ride. One of my friends with Narcissist, he would not invite me to hangouts with girls so that he could be like the only guy there on some weird shit. I wonder, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I found out that, yeah, he would be invited to all this shit and somehow not invite me. I'm super entertaining for a group of chicks, like good time, and I don't drink, so I can drive. I gotta get. I mean, if you're cool with somebody being stoned as hell while driving, then I can. I'll be the DD. I'm the SD, the stone driver. It helps me drive, whatever. But yeah, I found out there was all these hangouts with, and he knew the dude knows. He started figuring once he started figuring out the girls liked me. He didn't really have the he's a complete fuckboy, like loser. Like those people always think themselves higher up of you when it is depending on how many women they get versus how many women you get. Oh, I stopped. I would like meet someone not. I wouldn't even. Yeah, I'm saying. Like, just not even tell him that I was seeing people. Or, yeah, I wouldn't even like. Yeah, dude, he was an idiot. But he was just constantly like bragging about women and stuff like that. And then I realized like the times that he was inviting me, it was just he didn't have anybody to come party with. That he didn't actually like me at all. I just had a ride. In fact, I started noticing that he was just like obvious signs of someone being jealous. And then like, cause I don't drink, but then I could still go out there and talk to girls. He can't say anything to a girl in any situation unless he's like drunk or it starts on Tinder, and it's like some fuckboy shit. I'm like, wait, you don't like just meet girls? Like you've been bragging about girls in the 6 years I've known you. You're telling me like you don't just like meet people at work or out and about like normal shit. It's only bar and Tinder, like. And then like I'm like, are you like vanilla or something? It's like, what's that mean? I was like, yeah, okay, this guy, holy shit, this is the dude that brags about having herpes and being with over 200 girls or whatever. And there's those things about you. Yeah, that's now I'm like embarrassed for. And that's the whole thing with the fuckboy. They have to keep going from girl to girl because it's an instant. Yeah, you get the girl and you get your little validation to your body count, but the woman, it's almost like a negative. Like I think they should have negative. So your body count should be, if the person like said like that was worth it in the end or not, no one thinks it's worth it with you. They're worried they now have to go get checked because you're that much of a scumbag. Like. Then there's some question. There was some certain things where I'm like, are you even attracted to women, or is it just about like when they're always saying like getting pussy, getting pussy? It's almost like I don't know if they're some. It's almost like are those dudes really even attract? They're just attracted to like the bragging side of it and saying like I got her number. I didn't receipts, man. It's like. Yeah, that's loser shit. That's narcissistic shit. That's gay. That's the bad side of gay. Okay, it's 2026. It's going to be 2027. There's a lot of fun gay stuff going on. But then there's a lot of lame gay stuff going on. It's like the people that are hiding from that kind of stuff, obviously, and they're living that whole like copium homophobic life just to shield themselves from their own little. I can't get too much into that kind of stuff, but y'all know the kinds of people, you know. People who are overly homophobic, that's pretty sus. It's very sus to be afraid of gay men. It'd be, why would you be afraid of someone that's gay? That you're scared they're gonna. Even wouldn't you feel like, oh, cool. That's pretty. Like, oh shit. If a gay dude was into you and hit on you, it's like, man, I must look so good that another dude liked me. I had good aura. Like, you're not gonna. You're gonna get scared? That sounds... What do you got to be afraid of? Other than someone finding you attractive, what is there to be afraid of? Unless there's only one reason. I don't want to elaborate anymore on that. Fragile self-esteem, hiding deep insecurity and reacting poorly with anger and shame, even to mild criticism. Yeah, the narcissist. They will, if you call out something even in the slightest, they'll want to come back at you, or they'll want to put something on a pedestal. Behaving in haughty. What's that word mean? I'm not. Nope. We're gonna have to haughty. It says haughty, not naughty, but haughty. Well, is that like a next level? No. What's going on there? Haughty. Arrogantly proud, disdain, or scornful. Yeah, they treat other people as inferior. So yeah, if someone isn't like, if they're always like just excited about their own things or the own little things, and they don't like have interests and stuff like that. Like some people's interests are the sheer amount of people that they're chatting with, like in a somewhat sexual manner. That's not a healthy hobby, but okay. It's just like, I guess when people's you get like Netflix personality, and you can only talk. You're the only capable. The only talking you have is like Netflix and what you saw on Twitter or whatever you saw online. People aren't having as many real life experiences, or the people and things they're seeing on here is just very like mindless and dumb and sarcastic and herky jerky. So yeah, okay. We discussed. Make sure I'm still being recorded here. Are we good? Yeah, we're good. All right, now let's see what got us here. We're gonna go on Facebook. I'm gonna search how to spot a narcissist early. I want it to be okay. Sorry, I'm just resizing this. Give me a second. All right. The faster you spot a narcissist, the better. Here are some early warning signs that someone might be narcissist. Now, the thing with this stuff is you don't want this to suddenly take over your feed, and suddenly just because there's a whole content pages, and their entire content, or at least a sector of it, is dedicated to checking everyone, making sure they're not a narcissist. Now, if you're having to ask if people are narcissists, you might have this might be a you problem. If you're even having to, how often do I have to ask myself if someone's a narcissist? Like the person I dated, that was 1.5 years ago. That's the only time I've ever thought about. Maybe someone said something that gave me ick and made me buzz off in a romantic setting. But I haven't had any kind of, in any situation, like, oh, is this person a narcissist? I gotta worry about this person. It's you're probably not aligned properly with the universe, and you're probably around the wrong people. And yeah, you probably, if you're having to think that, you're probably, someone in your life is probably a narcissist, But I have a very analytical brain as well, so that helps me kind of sniff people out. Too close too soon. Narcissists try to move relationships ridiculously fast. Yeah, for example, this person I talked to, again, the only time I had to actually worry about this kind of thing, But I kind of understood this all coming into it. A lot of it's just common sense. Narcissists try to move a relationship ridiculously fast. Like, oh, oh, I like you so much, we need to move in together. Oh, like this person was asking me to move in like within 3 weeks of talking. Like they're saying like, oh, well, the upstairs is gonna be for sale if you're looking to. I'm like, do you think my life is as lost and fucked up as I don't know where you got that from, but I like where I live. I have my. Some people have their situation figured out and they just want to flow and just use my time and enjoy me while you have my time, because there are women that will do that with anybody who's decent if you just have some patience. If you really feel the need to date someone, then yeah, of course you can try and be meeting people, just see what sticks. But that person isn't gonna be asking you to like move in. They'll just be like, I notice you. They'll give you indications that they notice you, but they're not gonna like try to move things along. Uh, yeah, it's they want you to get hooked before you have time to suss them out. Not necessarily. So, this girl could have been like, that could be hooey and hogwash, right? These are just things that a narcissist throws out there. Maybe they know for a damn fact you're not moving into that house with and living in the upstairs, and it's just no, it's no. They know you're gonna say no. They know you probably like your place more already, but the fact that they extend that olive branch makes you think like, oh, they really like me so much they want to be with me all the time. So it's stuff like that that doesn't really add up. Like, why would you already be asking that? Okay, boom. Lots of conflict. Most narcissists have a lot of conflict in their life. And it's not their fault, but when it is their fault, there's some that are too obvious that it is their fault and they have to admit it. And it's almost like they proudly shame themselves. If someone's like proudly shaming themselves, um, yeah, sometimes it's funny. It's funny to be goofy about our past mistakes and conflicts. Uh, and there's like the whole like, yeah, I was young and dumb and blah blah blah. But then there's that whole like, you'll see content creators kind of expose themselves about, they'll brag that they used to be all gangster, or they'll at least pretend to be bragging. There was some rapper dude, and yeah, he ended up having to block me, but and he was one of the ones that goes back and forth with people. I gave him. He got the business. He got the Bryans business. I used to be a OG dangerous troll. People just block. People run. I'm diabolical, but I've retired from that. I'm a good person now. I'm a lover now, not a hater. I graduated from love school. uh, let's see what else. Wait, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the conflicts. So yeah, that whole like sarcasm. Oh, I'm feral. I'm a mess. Like the pride of being a mess, and like the dualism of mess. Like it's just weird. You gotta stay away from that. Laughs too much at some jokes. Some narcissists don't understand humor. All right, this is where we're getting into the flaws of consuming narcissistic comment. That's one thing. Okay, don't. If now every time someone laughs too long, people are going to be thinking they're a fucking narcissist. See, that's where this gets into a little bit of brain rot right here. This is where all these women with their little narcissisms, Literally, this page is called Narcissism. It's so people that are damaged by a narcissist can come on here and read about narcissist all day. That's just not helping. That's not doing anything positive for you. It's just not. If anything, it's doing something clearly negative, obviously negative. Not good. Warn you about their mental health issues. Yeah, I have bipolar disorder. I would never like warn someone I'm bipolar. Hey, watch out, I'm bipolar. Why the fuck would I say that? If somebody asks me if I'm diagnosed or have anything, then you tell them. If you do something crazy and they're like, "What's wrong with you?" Be like, they can tell them. But until you like have a symptom or do a, like until it really like it comes full circle or like when someone's warning you before time, there's no reason to do that unless you're a narcissist. That's a huge one. That someone's just writing, I have this, I have this, I have this. Yeah, they're gonna do that so then they control you and pull you into that. Like, you become controllable now. Anything they do has the excuse. Well, I told you that it was gonna be hard. I told you about this. I told you about that. They'll always have that. And that's something that manipulators do in like sales jobs as well. It's not just a relationship. Those scammy sales jobs. Oh, we got a big one. I need like a more raspy. I got a hairball. A dab ball. So yeah, it's like an advantageous thing that they can pull the rabbit out of the hat and be like, well, I told you it was gonna be on her. It's like, well, I'm not talking to you anymore now. Goodbye. You're go back to your lame ex, loser. Like, you lose. You lose the Bryan this is, yeah. And that was the last city, you know. If somebody wants to come for me, they can come for me. But I'm not chasing any in Ohio. I believe in Northeast Ohio. There's this urban area, there's a rural area, there's all sorts of areas around here, and I've been doing all sorts of things, so I can meet anyone, anywhere, anytime. I am not putting any of my effort in trying to. I'll network with people that have more of shared visions than me, and that expands outside. I have to expand that outside my radius, you know. There's not really many famous girls for me around here. I'm Bryans world, you know, and things are getting pretty real. No. Stories don't add up. Yeah, think contradictions. Contradictions. There's another obvious one. But again, you don't want this content on your fucking feed all day. You should common sense kind of understand, put things together, and have some general like natural understanding about what a narcissist is. If you are even asking the question or having a look at these posts and stuff, then you're probably under the influence of a narcissist already. All right, let's see here. Okay, yeah. Now, see, here's a guy. It's either a guy or a girl, coming from some guy or some girl, some account. This is Philip C. Dugas. 4 signs she's a covert narcissist. Now, these people are making what's called cope content. Cope content is when someone becomes a content creator with the sole purpose, deep down, they may act like it's more, but at its root cause, they're actually smoking the copium, just full copium, and they are trying to basically expose this person and say all these things. And you know, it's like kind of a sub tweet. Back in the day, it was called a sub tweet. You're saying something about somebody without tagging them. Their whole thing, every single post, it would fit to tag their ex in it, And it would make sense for the actual situation. They were hurt by a narcissist, or they're at least painting someone out to be a narcissist to make them feel safe about the relationship not going the way they wanted it to. When someone, it's a whole, there's a lot of different, and you'll see them, this copy pasta, right? Philip C. Dugas is not, he saw some stuff about what it means to be a narcissist. He copied it, he pasted, he put it in a Facebook post. Now it's on your feed. And now because of Philip being a freaking wussy, you're now judging everybody like they might be a narcissist. That is not going to be healthy behavior. And that's why I'm bringing this all up. You know, I'm a dualist. So we got to have one pretty simplistic common sense on how to recognize a narcissist. And the other side of that is that don't overthink it either. If it says something like, "Oh, she laughs too much," that was in there. That's not good. If somebody laughs a lot, they just laugh. I laugh a lot. Maybe they're stoned all the time. They might be it's a sign they're a covert stoner, not a narcissist. She plays the victim when confronted. Everybody plays the victim when they're confronted for the most part. That's not a clear narcissist sign. Okay, Philip's already off to a bad start. She punishes you quietly. She may not scream. She withdraws, goes cold, gives silent treatment, withholds affection, acts distant until you chase her. That's something that a normal person might do if you annoy them. You gotta earn them back because you're being a dick. What is this? What's with Philip? Wait, the girl might not scream when you choke her out. Like, wait. Philip, what are you doing? He's saying she punishes you quietly for your bad. I'm a bad man. What, Philip? What are you doing to get punished? Philip? What are you doing in your relationships where it's a normal thing where the woman has to punish you? Instead of yelling at you, she doesn't talk to you when you yell at her. Philip, you already suck. I can't. Look at this guy. This narcissistic content is brain dead. Look, the Google search was good. The first post was good. You know, it did have one outlier. This dude's just talking about things his girlfriend did, and he's salty, bro. Or just copy pasted. She twists accountability into blame. I can't even, okay. These people are with losers. You're with a loser too long if you even have to accountability into blame. She says you're too sensitive. You ask for honesty. She says you are controlling. If you're having that, if a girl's like you're controlling, I'm like, goodbye. You men are wussies. You're letting this happen. You're doing, instead of like, oh, you're giving it a chance. You're giving it a chance. Oh, is she a narcissist? I should talk to my friend if she's a narcissist. These women wouldn't have made it past round one with the big dogs. There's big dogs out there. And that's why you guys end up being fodder and end up getting in all this stupid overthinking about narcissists and women. I used to be like that. I can't stand it. The whole like thinking all women are the narcissist. She says you are the problem. I think you are stinking, Philip. I think you're a problem because why does Philip need to get punished? It says she punishes you quietly. That means like for him that's number 2. This is his signs she's a covert narcissist by Philip C. Dungus. And Philip here is, I'm sorry, we should be nice to everybody. Should just be nice to everybody. I'm just saying that like that's obvious. He's like raising his hand and saying I have toxic behavior in relationships myself. That's literally raising your hand. If you're saying that the woman has to punish you, for what? If I do something, woman, oh, you did that. Well, they're gonna punish me. Go cold on me over this. Goodbye. Bye. Bye. I don't like you anymore if you do that. Any kind of little thing like that Philip says that like I wouldn't have put up with one of these things, so I can't even think that deep because I don't even get to know these types of people. There's that option, you guys. That option is right there for you. You don't have to fuck with these people. You can go home and just not. You could just Jack and Jill. There's imagery. I just get brain. I just like whatever you think you need from these people and have to put up with these people just so you can tell your friend that you're having casual sex. You can throw that out. Now, I get it, earlier. I'm talking more like before age, I don't know, 28. Once you get to 28, then it's kind of fun before that. Like, one of my dudes roaming around, he's like a DJ and shit. You know what I'm saying? The opportunities arise when you're the DJ. And he's got some dog in him, plenty of dog in him. So yeah, it's kind of fun. But when you're at that point where it's like a misery thing, see, that's out and about being him. Yeah, you're gonna get girls. It's gonna be not. You're not even gonna have to try and go on the Tinder or anything like that. You're gonna meet them like in real life. And when you're always meeting them through Tinder and all of that, that's when you start getting in with the narcissist. Dude, narcissistic women probably don't really go out and party, or they don't. They're the one that I met. Her party life, like going to the club, is being a stripper there and extracting money from people. That's the narcissist I dealt with. Which again, I'm not dogging on strippers. I could potentially be an e-stripper. You don't know that. Maybe you do by now, but I did it my way. I'm the Frank Sinatra of the internet. I did it my way. Did the booty show. Yeah, do you don't want to be like Philip, bro? You don't want to talk about like, well, I notice, see some women, when I do something bad, they yell at me or punish me properly. I need to be punished properly. I'm bad boy Philip, so like, I just can't help myself. I'll be acting up, because I'm just a guy like that. I'll be acting up. And sometimes I'll, like, smack a bitch. And, like, a bitch is a narcissist. If you slap the bitch and she don't scream, she just, like, get distant. That's narcissist. Philip's literally talking about how he beat his ex-girlfriend and she didn't scream at him or get too scared. Instead, she gives a silent treatment. Philip's literally saying, he's admitting that he beat his girlfriend. I can't. This is slander. I'm not. This is comedy and a joke. But he's a public. Obviously, I'm a public figure. Anyone can say anything about me. I'm not. I can't. I'm not gonna sue you. Because you know why? Because I'm a public figure. I could. If somebody says, "Oh, it's Bryans," I saw Bryans World on Tommy CCP. The trolls do that. It's hilarious. I love it. I love when people. It's so funny. Like, because I don't care, I think it's hilarious, but other people are gonna be like, oh my god, they're saying I'm a pedophile, blah blah blah. Like, they're saying Tommy from Colorado Ped Patrol had this guy on his show. They caught him trying to meet a 5-year-old. Like, just the darkest shit they'll try to say. Come on, you got, like, people could say, like okay. Like, I'm a public figure. People don't get. That's another thing that annoys me, man. Once you're on this internet shit, you're now a public figure. Like, the laws about, like, someone control the shit out of me. Someone could take my picture and put he's a predator and blah 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 blah. And like, I can't sue them. But you can just do your thing and not get mad about it and be like, whatever. And then they're not going to worry. Then you're not going to get trolled by the person anyways. She withdraws her. You always got to be in constant... when you're in a relationship, if she's not in constant communication about every single little detail. When you guys have an argument, if she's not instantly trying to make it better, then she's a narcissist and using it to control you. No, Philip, this is your experience with the dumb woman that you got way too many levels with. You got to level 10 with a woman who wouldn't have made it with someone like me. Not saying that I have high standards or anything like that, but I'm just saying this human being and their narcissistic behavior certainly wouldn't have lured me into any kind of relationship or that much that I cared about them where I couldn't punt them on first down. Now, see, personally, I don't worry about relationship aspects anymore because I don't have any romantic feelings left in my heart for whatever reason. I don't really know. I used to be. It wasn't even that long ago. I don't know. I think I just fell in love with myself, and I'm having a happy relationship with myself and the way I can shine for other people and be there for other people, and that's cool. I'm the person I know who's doing the most, not just to make themselves a good and mold themselves and get the tools in the tool shed on themselves, but also like the purpose for that is to make other people more comfortable and happy and entertained. Um, Look at he's a coach. Oh, philipdouglas.com. Oh my god, 201K followers. Oh. I give practical advice to men in toxic relationships with narcissistic women. That's his whole entire stick. Now this, you know what this is, you guys. This is a double undercover narcissist right here. This is a covert narcissist. Someone using the concept of narcissism to get 201K followers on a Facebook page and pasting a whole bunch of stuff about narcissists that's easily accessible through the Google. If you really need to look up, am I dealing with a narcissist? You can look it through Google, not have it show up on your feed every day for the sole fact that you're living in a misery world and you're mad about your exes being narcissists. So you have to scroll through all these things to make yourself feel better. So you have to hear Philip breaking down what a narcissistic is because you were in a toxic relationship, when the reason you are even reading this post by Philip in the first place, the reason you're even able to consume his content is the same reason that you're going to get into a thing with a narcissist again and again and again. If you're even having to have conversations about toxic relationships you're in, you are not living the way you should be living. You are not with the right person. And you are and the reason you're with the wrong person is because you have been going the wrong way for what your life really is capable of and where you should be aligned. That is on you. If you are in a toxic relationship, it is your fault and you need to get out of it. I'm not saying it's like you're bad. It's just like, oh, you gotta get out of there. Get out of there. There's, if you're even, and then you have to be single and get the fuck away from dating for a year. I mean it. Like at least 6 months, but preferably a whole year. Nothing. Zip. No, if you'll hook, maybe you'll hook up, but it has to be in like no Tinder, no nothing. Maybe if something comes across your plate and with zero effort and someone approached you first, but I'm telling you guys, that annoys me. As he has 201K followers, that more people would be interested in him than me. I don't like this. No, I'm gonna grind until we get the Brinks truck. I'm fucking losing it right now. We can't. He's a book. He can't make money. No, he doesn't make money. He doesn't. I don't care how many fucking subs he has. Doesn't make $1. No, this guy, maybe he sells this book. There is no chance. Oh my golly. He makes talk shows about narcissists. This is melted. He's clearly an older divorced man whose ex-wife is a narcissist, and he's having entire cope content. This is all. This is making me stinking. Stinking. You know, I'm either really excited or really mad when I start getting the stinking. Just stinking. Should we message him and tell him we're gonna eat his soul? I'm gonna eat your soul. Stop bugging people about narcissistic comments all day. Be a podcaster, make it one of your episodes, and then move the fuck on as other things. Or you're gonna, if you're living in the world, law of affirmations, watching out for narcissists all the time, you're gonna be with a narcissist again, because that's how karma works and that's how the universe works. You are punting yourselves in the god dang nuts. You are hitting yourself in the nuts the same way these crazy narcissistic girls will abuse you and kick you in the balls and physically assault you. I've never been physically assaulted. No, I never. No, let's not go there. I'm into it anyway, so I can't. You can't. How can I be assaulted by a woman? It's not impossible. They could punch me in the face and I'd be like, "That was hot." They're not strong enough to hurt unless they're in the UFC or trained fighting. If they train, then they might knock your fucking ass out. Like if I went up against Rose Judas would make me eat the mat in 5 seconds. I'd be I would be eating out of a straw the rest of my life. Some people don't. When I was a novice UFC fan, I'm like, man, I swear I'd get in there and fight them. No, once you actually are into the sport, like their cardio, their quickness, you'd be, and it would hurt you. You're not ready. You would hurt. It would hurt badly, but you wouldn't even know how to stop it. He can't. Okay, so it's easy to get a bunch of bullshit followers on Facebook. Let's just be honest about that. I don't know what's wrong with people. YouTube. He can't have more subscribers. Yeah! Let's go! Facebook is for grabblers. It's so easy to artificially inflate your Facebook pages to even get 1 million. I see useless stuff with 1 million. Yes, he's not beating me. He's not. He's thinking, I knew it. He's at 2,000. I'm at 3,000. Stinking, yeah. I was going to be so mad if this ass jack. I'm sharing screen on my YouTube. If anyone's interested in this guy that I'm freaking roasting right here. Because it's bad, you guys. It's bad. You want to obviously watch out for narcissists, but dude, if you're having to get down this whole rabbit, look at this podcast, episode 143, when a female narcissist realizes you're done. His whole shtick. Oh my god. The Narc Free Man podcast. He's on. This poor guy. I need to take him out and get some girls or something. Forget about this shit, bro. Forget about that shit. It used to drag me down when I was into, oh, these girls are up. No, they're not. They're not. You got unlucky. I promise you guys. It will flip-flop. You'll feel like I can't get anyone other than these stupid narcissists. And then you'll be like, you know what? That girl was nice, but that irked me. Goodbye. Even you'll be punting ones that aren't even narcissists, and you won't care anymore. And get rid of these people in your life. You know, if you're wondering if your friend is a narcissist, dude, you shouldn't. Once I realized that, I'm like, my one friend who was like, fuck boy, like, I started asking the question, is this a narcissist? Once I was like, you know what? I think I'm out. I'm not going to ponder. I'm not going to let them make me mad and traumatized, so I have to go listen to Philip's podcast and just sit there in my misery learning about, why would you even need to know that much? Why would you need to sit there and watch a podcast about whether or not and how to deal with narcissistic women? Like, what are you doing in your life? What is the vibration that you have had to stoop so low that, like, yeah, I need to go. I don't have friends, normal friends to do normal shit with, so I'm going to go on Tinder and just find whoever I want, find whoever I can. A lot of them are going to, that's where the narcissists hang out. That's who, you know, that's where you meet them. Like, how are you not having, like, some kind of instant, oh, she wants me to bring her this, bring her that, goodbye. Certain things like that's, they will show you right away, and if you don't see it, that means you have some kind of desperation in you, that you're coping with dating, and you need to stop dating and get away from it. It's okay to get the fuck away from it and not be seeing anybody, not getting no strange, no nothing. Girls, no pee-pee. Guys, no vagina. Just be free. Just stay away from it for a grip. You'll come back around and be the attractive force you always wanted to be if you can step away from it a while and, like, reframe and everything. Stinking. I'm telling you guys, man. if you find this entertaining, where you can sit there and listen to someone talk about narcissists and how they've been affected by narcissistic women, dude, you shouldn't be listening to that person. They're gonna give you bad guidance. If they don't have like the understanding that, hey, I've had some bad luck and some bad women, I need to just kind of stay away from this concept for a while and revamp myself so I can come back and have a podcast about, look at the guy. He looks sad, man. This isn't helping him. Co-parenting with her. His wife divorced him. There's kids involved. He's being a fucking bum about it. It's 40% stinking, you guys. It's stinking 40%. You're in a boat with a whole bunch of people. Get the fuck over it. You're in the boat with a bunch of people. 40% of marriages end in divorce. Only 60% of them make it to the end of that. 50% of those 60%. No, 85% of those 60% of people are fucking miserable because of their spouse. So, like, what are you doing, Philip? You have all... If the woman's a narcissist and you don't like her, it's better off that you're not together. So why would you even be upset? And now he thinks he has to give all these men, like, his advice because he was the one who fell in love with the narcissist, didn't know how... Philip now, he's now discovering how to figure out, oh, if I would have noticed that all from the beginning. No, you wouldn't have. You still wouldn't have. Because you're talking about it too much. You would have missed. You would have been all. No, you would have told yourself what you wanted to hear because the woman was giving you a bunch of attention. You still would have told yourself that she was different, just because she was giving you attention and you got lonely. He looks very sad. Let's fucking listen to this now. It irks me that he has that many followers on Facebook. But it is, again, it's just misery shit works on Facebook. On YouTube, yeah, he has 2,000 subscribers. So that's less than me, thank God. I would have lost my shit. Everybody calm down. You know what, let me take a little break. Let's get some Kratom. Come on, TikTok. Coming with me. Intermission, YouTube. Intermission. You guys want to hold my hand? No, I'm crazy. they the bad ones? The Haitians? Like you go there, they freaking cook you. Haiti? No. No, that's the island. That's the one island. Sentinel, North Sentinel Island. Yeah, if you go, if you're normal for those dudes, like, oh, they're uncivilized. Their culture is like 3,000 years behind. When they see a foreign person, they're getting like sacrificed. They're probably like the weird in Indiana Jones, where you get or like Star Wars, they're gonna get captured by the Ewoks, and they were gonna cook them and eat them and sacrifice them and all that. Yeah, they still have places like that. Like they'll just eat. They just like one. They actually are waiting for someone to try, so that they can cook it. So look at that kitty. Are you meowing for me? Meow, meow. Say something. What is this? $2,200 for being a TikToker? Yeah, guys, it's Bryans World. I'm an influencer. Gotta buy these body lotions. What's the? Hey, chat. What if I was one of those? God damn. Actually, man, I'd probably get more views. For whatever reason, the algorithms do not like you putting on a fucking show, baby. Like if you're talking a lot and actually having things to say, and your podcast is like, because then I'm gonna make other people look like, what are you doing? You're just sitting there. Well, Bryans World can spit. He's talking about narcissists. I've just left this. It's live on YouTube, and this poor Philip guy's just. Let's switch that. I'm sorry, Philip. But we are gonna roast the hell out of him. Not in a mean way, but like in a hey. There's people putting out content, and they are coping for their ex. Their whole thing is a cope. And I've sort of had bits. I've had bits where it's like, okay, that's cope. I've had plenty of cope bits in my career. Like I've been doing this for a while, and I've kind of went through the whole cycle of, hey, what should you say and what should you not say? What's gonna work? What's not gonna work? Like how make those decisions instantaneously. Nope, don't say that, but do say that. Experience, work at anything, it'll come back around on you. That applies compounding, dude. Compounding interest. You're good to people, they'll be good to you. You'll be good to more people, and then karma gets involved, and then it's like if life is like an orgy. Free use. Holy shit! I can't say that on TikTok. All right, pause. I'm gonna go use the bathroom. Let's use our timeout. Coach has got to use his timeout strategically. Come on, get along with a new relation. Come together for the great nation. Cooking up some spice and a lot of bacon. Ding. Alright. Keeping it real, man. Y'all, man. What's up, man? You're back with Tinky and the boys. Spitting real game, man. Alright. Alright, let's see what's going on here.
Because every year you accept the blame.
Alright, can y'all hear this?
Never has to carry any. One day you look up and you don't know the guy looking back at you. You can't remember the last time you felt peace in your own home. You brace, you walk on eggshells, you never fully relax because you never...
Okay, we can hear the guy.
know which version of her you were going to get. That's not living, that's surviving. And here's the part that scares me for you.
Alright, first things first. Now, I probably should get these, you know. But that background there, you guys, is... I'll show you guys on TikTok. Yeah, it's a noise reduction. So it's noise reduction. I mean, someone at some point complained that he was making too much noise. Do I make too much noise? Yeah, sometimes when I scream and yell, but for the most part, no. Only when I get late. Here. It makes way too much. It's way, the walls are too thin there. And I don't care. I just don't care. Turn the TV up. Something loud. Unfortunately, these are things that involve a little bit of time and a couple of rounds. So I tend to try to stretch those types of things out out of respect for the neighbors. You know, I'm only going to get traumatized by animal noises once a month, once every once in a while, you know. Uh, but no, for real though. Yeah, I don't mean to pick on this guy. I'm being a hypocrite right now. Who am I to come on here after we're saying these people overthink women, and here I am. I'm just pointing out. And then he's got a guitar up on his wall. Anytime it's a guitar as a instrument. He's fake, dude. Actually, no, the noise blocking does make sense that maybe he plays the guitar, so he doesn't want to bug the neighbors with the guitar. Maybe he's not a narcissist. We're going to debate whether or not he is a narcissist himself and using information on narcissism to try to build a channel and make free income off the internet by coping him. And look, he has a shirt. He has a merch, guys. Do I have a merch? No. I don't have merch. If someone asks for the merch, then yeah. But do you think people are like, yo, dude, come out with a shirt that says narc free? Yeah, we're avoiding narcissist. Like, imagine wearing that. She'd be like, yeah, high five, narcissist free. Yeah, I avoid narcissistic women too. I've been so abused. It's been so hard meeting all these narcissist women and the effect they've had on me. Well, you didn't have enough confidence in yourself to get the woman out of your life before you got to stage 10. When you should have kicked her out at stage 1. And that's what I'm going to show you guys. How to kick out a narcissist on stage 1. How to be a big glow. How to put yourself and your people and the positive impact you can have on people around you so high up on the pedestal that these people are just nothing to you. They're ants. And when you even sniff it out, even maybe if they're a good person, you just say no. And I don't need to be friends with them. I'm not that lonely. I have people in my life I could give this energy to. Goodbye.
Welcome back to the Narc Free Man Podcast. I'm Philip Dugas. And if you are new here, make sure to hit subscribe because we talk about the stuff no one else will say out loud to men.
Downvoting him. We talk about the thing that no one will say out loud to men. Bro, there's so many narcissists. There's so many people. Their whole basis is you being a narcissist complainer. Complaining about narcissist is now a subject of content that people's entire page is dedicated to. Oh, there's not going to be that many other signs on Philip C. Dugas here. There's not going to be many other things other than 10 signs, things like this. 10 signs you must leave a narcissistic woman now. Again, if you're having to ask yourself this question, if you're having to look for signs, you need to leave a woman. Or on a woman's side, you need to leave a man, because there's a lot of male narcissists too, and women. It's a balance. I love how this guy's framing it as women and in the dating world and not talking about platonic relationships as well with men or women. That's that's weird. How I talked about my experience in a dating format and also in a friend format with a woman and the other with a male. You can't just have your whole channel to talk about how narcissistic women and narc-free man means like, oh, I stay away from narcissistic women. Well, what about narcissistic men? You didn't put any time, because narcissistic man is going to be a lot more craftier and a lot more skilled. Women are going to make it they're pretty easy to tell. Men are a little bit harder. Because like there is some level of like a narcissist likes to bro down. But over time, it can be harder to get that feel. And maybe you think like, oh, well, they're a narcissist towards other people, but not me, so they must like me. It's different levels. A narcissistic platonic friend, let's say male on male broship, can be even more damaging than a relationship with a female. But it's because everybody puts that dating on a freaking pedestal and is obsessed with dating aspects, and obsessed with, if they don't have a partner, they're obsessed with aspects. If they do have a partner, they're obsessed with aspects of their relationship. Nobody really just flows and grows. That's why people get married and then they don't change for it. They're the same. They become the same person for the next 30 years. If they're lucky, they get divorced. This poor Philip doesn't realize he's on the right side. You want to be divorced. The 40% of people that get divorced are the right ones. What if that was the truth? It could be. It can be. Every situation is different for everybody. There's no one side is right, one side is wrong. There is nothing like that. There's plenty of good marriages. There's plenty of good divorces. There's plenty of people who shouldn't have got divorced. There's plenty of people who shouldn't have got married. There's plenty of people. There's some people. Oh, if you just work on a little bit, you'll be fine. Listen, man, we're all individuals. We're all different, and I get sometimes, even though we have more options to be as free and as individualized as we want, people choose to strive to be upper middle class, and I'm gonna sacrifice my time as a man to work at whatever job, and then I'm gonna hang out with my girl the rest of the time. And yeah, that's crashed out, but I don't want to tell you. Like, you're gonna end up like this dude, all pissed off and nowhere to go if you put that shit on a pedestal. There's a lot of great awesomeness about, like, you could defeat loneliness, I guess. And you just gotta have social things. I gotta go be social down the street. There's a pool bar. I chose where I live strategically to set myself up for success. I chose a strategic place to have a social life where I live. Dude, you gotta get and then these dudes, instead of finding a very strategic, exact location down to the fucking little tiny nipple of the fucking tree. They got black squirrels that I see here. Dude, down to the, I want this, I want that, I want a basket. They did take my basketball hoop. Not cool. State rangers. You're in trouble. Yeah. Oh, I'm giving that one some time. I know who did it. At first I thought it was the fisherman, and I yelled at him. I was like, how do you get my basketball hoop? Because they're always parking in the basketball hoop in my apartment complex. This is bigger than, this is even bigger than, this is big news. Okay, listen, man. Ohio, the park rangers for the state of Ohio, in Lake Cable Village Apartments in Lake Cable, Belden Village, North Canton area. You took a basketball hoop because it violated some kind of parking rules. That violated my rules. What you did you have stupid rules, I'm gonna have stupid rules too. And you think you can tell some crazy steel cutting company to show up with their stupid truck and make a whole bunch of noise cutting down a steel hoop? You know what it takes to cut down steel on steel, man? Coming in here with steel on steel like you're fucking Iron Man. Stinking. It's not. You're not getting away. They think they got away with it. But they didn't. I've got plans to deal with the Rangers. I know which guy ordered it too. I've already found out. Got your IP address. I'm gonna show everybody all the weird porn you like, you fucking weirdo. No, it's a joke. It's a joke. No, they did. They sent the Rangers because it violated, you know what? In the apartment complex, I thought it was their fault. And then they were like, it was the park rangers. And we actually held out. And they told us to take it down. We didn't. So I was like, no, I'm not as mad as usual. But yeah, they took my passport, bro. But you know what? There's a nice park that's a quick drive, maybe 3 minutes. If there was no traffic and I go as fast as I want, I'd get there in 2 minutes. But there's traffic, so it takes like 5. It's just right down the street, and there's a Dollar Tree over there. I can pump up my tire. I got a Chevy. I don't know. My whatever car. I don't know what I do, but the cars always run out of air. The tires always need air. And they have a little issue with the valve, and this is valve issue. It's like, oh my god. My car that burned up had the same issue. But you know what? I think it's a rite of passage that my tires just need blown up. It's a normal thing, like once at least every month or 2. I gotta go put air in the tires. I know the best hose in town, buddy. I literally know which freaking tire thing works the best around here. Go to the same one. So yeah. Anyways, you definitely don't want to sit around consuming content. It's exposing narcissism, especially with people that are not vulnerable and do not talk about the things that like they might have messed up on in the relationship, right? If I was going to sit here and try to talk about my marriage, if I was going to get into that, I would talk about what I did wrong and I wouldn't really focus on the other person because their shittiness could have been because of my shittiness, you know? It's not my, it's not even, but then why would I care about that? The only reason I'd care about that or need to talk about that is if I was thinking about it a lot and needed to get it out and like needed to make some cope content. And I don't do cope content. I think that's bad. Sometimes you need somebody to talk to about stuff and that's okay, but like doing the whole thing here, like fill up like imagine sitting there like, oh, what a great playlist of podcasts. 10 signs you must leave a narcissistic woman now. 7 signs you're married to a covert female narcissist.
And today is one of those days. So today we're talking about the 10 reasons why you should leave a narcissistic woman. So let's get straight into it. Reason number 1. A narcissist never takes responsibility. Not once, not for anything. Think about it. In your whole relationship, how many times has she truly, honestly said that I was wrong? Or that I'm sorry? Or that was on me, that was my bad? And actually meant it, with no excuse attached, with no flipping it back on you.
Ooh, fill up. A narcissist will take ownership strategically, my friend. So, again, this guy isn't even really spewing pure details. Narcissists all work different. There's the general things that I already discussed that we don't need to get into again. But, like, I don't know, man. Of course they're going to say my bad on some things. Of course they're going to apologize and try to make it better. They always kind of come back around. That's their whole loop, the whole trick. So what this dude's saying here, like, oh, never takes ownership. Yeah, that's a lack of empathy. That's shitty. If you're with someone and you've noticed that if they've done things wrong but not said like sorry or took ownership and said it's my fault, that could just be like someone who follows like the principle I don't apologize for shit. Whatever. If I did something, I'm a decent person, so if I did something you didn't like, you know what I'm saying? If you're with somebody who's you feel like's doing things that they need to apologize for, you're with the wrong. You've already like got again. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this so many times. You've got all the way to level 10, deep in a romantic relationship with someone you shouldn't have, because you were lonely. If you're even asking these questions, the first step is in dealing with a narcissistic woman. And oh, I'm traumatized by this person, I need to move on. The first step is like you're not a victim. You are a victim, but you're a willful victim. You were volunteered for this because there were signs early on that made it pretty freaking easy. And I don't know, if the woman's hot and you're not physically attractive, you don't know. You just don't know. If the person looks better than you look, you just don't know. Like, you really don't know. You could just be like This is the person that I'm scamming to take care of me, and on the side. That's the thing with cheating. You catch somebody, but you don't know, like, they got caught. They didn't want you to know about it, right? And if that thing didn't line up for you to catch them cheating, well, you would never know, and maybe you'd never even suspect. And once there's one, there was always probably, I mean, there could have been. Depends on the situation. In my situation, I would not say that. I'm not even really, yeah, I don't know. I don't get into my situation unless it's practical to talk about. Which in this it's not, because I don't have that feeling, really. It doesn't. There's just not enough room or time with kids involved. But like, yeah, if there's if you don't if you're in a relationship without kids yet, and yeah, you know, if you're paying for a lot of things, um, I can't do it. You know, my nose, maybe my nose is too curved, so I'm not perfect. So it's not like I have perfect girls on my Rolodex all the time. Even in times that I've talked to a girl that was hot, I mean, the aura, just unless I was in a big city or at an airport, this bad aura from beautiful women around here. Like the hot chicks, just it sometimes I get a good aura. I don't judge. I don't have predisposed. I'm not gonna judge somebody. Oh, she's hot. She must have a bad personality. That's what old Brian would have done. Not this person. But I can read the vibes pretty well, and that's nothing special about me. I'm lucky and blessed to have some natural psychic abilities. But everything I am capable of is because I've worked hard. And one of my goals is to show people that shit, like the steps that got you there. To be able to like have a good gauge of energy and stuff and be like assume something and have a high rate of that thing being correct. This was posted 10 hours ago by Philip. And I see 10 signs 10 hours ago. Yeah, he's definitely working for the Jesuits. What even is a Jesuit? There, you know, the conspiracy. I don't like the conspiracy like the Freemasons or the Jews. I hate that shit. Evil runs everything. No one group is purely evil. You know what I'm saying? We don't have like the Sith Empire out there. Everybody, in a weird way, wants the best for their people. There might be bad actors and evil temptations pulling them away from that goal and sucking them into greed and the destruction of this world and destruction of the natural human. But yeah, you know, not everybody's out to get you. Big chillin'. Again, in my life, you guys, I can't, like I said, the last time I dealt with narcissistic was the same time period. I was seeing a girl. I was been hanging out with my one friend from college more, and I realized like this person really hasn't changed since then and developed, and they haven't like challenged themselves. They've just been living the same life, still partying, still working. They didn't actually go to college. They just lived on the college campus to party. I'm not dogging on this person, but the way they talk to me, they would dog on me. Some people think that they're like you got to have the one bro that checks you and calls you out on stuff. If you have a miserable situation, if you're really being shitty and neglecting yourself and acting now in a way that you're gonna regret big in the future, like, man, I should have started doing something or moving in a certain direction or just doing better for myself earlier. I really wish I would have done this earlier. Then yeah, perhaps that person would benefit from being called out in some fashion. But when you're throwing the kitchen sink at it, bro, and you're moving in a different way, like I was doing the Kirby sales job, and my dude's like dogging on me, like, oh, they're gonna scam you. It's like, first things first, like it's door-to-door sales experience. It wasn't, a lot of people, they do that sales stuff and they never really get in the driver's seat where they're putting on the show. I was able to put on the show, it be in the driver's seat, send me into somebody's house with this fucking vacuum. I'm going to show them how it works. And try to do learned all the sales stuff. I went home like Tom Brady and studied the playbook. Justin Herbert coming in the NFL. He was a good rookie. Why? Because he put time in learning. Put time in guys like this put the time in to read the defenses. Like, that's exactly what I did with the sales job. And like, even if they didn't pay me shit, I only made $100. Even though I made 3 sales, 2 of them failed the credit. One was just a shitty credit loan. So like, you don't get anything, even though they get a lot. Doesn't make sense. Spooky stuff. But yeah, they'll be like checking you on stuff that's like, you already accepted that this is a commission job, and if I'm not getting sales, I'm not getting paid, but I am getting experience, and I'm working my ass off at this, which trains me. If you're working hard at being something, it doesn't exactly matter what that exact thing in the exact moment is. What matters is you're putting the effort in. Dude, you could, like, if you're struggling really bad, and you go learn how to play fucking Yu-Gi-Oh cards, it could create an avalanche of success for you just by dude, that I've gotten myself out like sorting my football cards. I've been in bad minds, like just ruined. I couldn't focus, couldn't do shit, everything was crashing. And I would sit in this fucking, I didn't have internet, and I would sit in the fucking corner and get all my cards, and I have a lot of cards that still need to be sorted and put in binders, all this stuff. It's fun. Try to sort it all and see all my cards and all that. And I have a lot of them back there, like on display. I got my Tom Brady jersey card right there. But like, I have a lot of nice ones in the card condoms just chilling over there. Stacks. Look back there, you can kind of see like. I'll show the TikTok. Kind of zoom in. Yeah, you see those stacks of cards right there. On the base of the cards, and then there's a little bit more up over there. Here's my diploma. That's my new Yankees hat. Oh my goodness, you guys. Oops. What's going on? Oh, maybe is there any comments that I potentially missed? I feel bad. I didn't miss any comments, no. Cool. Yeah, why don't I don't know why I'm not wearing that. I was only $5. I got this hat for $5. It was originally $35. They had it on sale for $25, but they had this like free, everybody gets $20. Literally, that was the deal. Like, you got $20 off, and I got this for $25. I was so excited. Me and my friend were hilarious. They probably had to think like we were like somebody's, like comedians or something. We do. My friend's a DJ. I'm trying to get going with the podcast and and streaming and shit. So now I'm a Cleveland guy, but I'm also a big sports fan. One, the New York Yankees logo and hat is very iconic fashion-wise. Also, like the whole, you use the Yankees logo and you have all these different designs that are interesting, like this one. I also like, closetly, everyone secretly likes the Yankees if you like baseball a lot because they have a lot of really good players because they have a lot of money. And you can be the person that is like, the old heads with sports are always like, man, she ain't got all the money. And they're like going through their life like, I should have been the one with the money. You shut up. Shut up. Okay, do people that work hard and have lofty goals worry about talking about sports on the internet? Sometimes, actually. I do care sometimes about sports. But they don't complain, man. They just follow your team. You feel me? So yeah, it's the roses. With the gold and the roses. I have like a old Yankees hat, but I don't know what happened. I must have traded it or something. I had this one that was a cool design. It was almost like looked like Chanel or something like that. One of the like the bag like the one of those fancy bags, handbags or something. Biff and K, feeling okay. Sipping that kratom juice. Sipping on kratom hooch. Alright, where was I going with that? I started getting off onto a tangent. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, one of the things that got me going and got me through things was sorting my cards. So something as like, all right, get the narcissist out of your life, whatever. Stop, whether it's a relationship or a friend, get them the hell out of your life. And then what do you do? Like, instead of going online and trying to meet people to spend your time and blah 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 on our phones all the time and going on this dating app and doing this and blah 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 with the DMs and this and that and scrolling and sharing your fun little links and your memes back and forth, blah blah blah. Just put this shit away. I had to. I didn't have internet for 5 months, like 6 months. Home internet. I only had my phone data, which is shared between me, my mom, and my sister. And it's only 12 gigabytes. I know I probably need to get my own plan, but you know what? That's sometimes, your family supports you and helps you with some things. Just, So yeah, I'd have to be sparing with it because I needed it a little bit for some stuff out and about. I was working and shit like that. So I really at home couldn't use it. I couldn't really use internet. So I'd be at the mall downloading shit to make sure I have YouTube Premium so I can download stuff on my computer and my thing. I had stuff to watch and I'd keep like a game. I'd download full NFL games. And I put the NFL games on. I would just be sorting my cards, my football cards, and something as little as that, or like if you like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh. I have some Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon. I gave away all my cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Pokemon cards as a kid, and I really wish I didn't, but I kept all my football and baseball and basketball, so we're good. But still, I want those ones back. Uh, yeah, something little like that, like can get you out and just like back into the real world, like something that you like, but it's something slightly challenging. I got a lot of cards that are kind of in boxes, unsorted, that either need to like stay in the box because they're not that good, or go into a binder or something. Like, or maybe even get one of the special card condoms and be on display with my best ones. There's some good ones in there. So like, yeah. And if I would have sat around listening to this Philip dude talk about narcissists, oh, I'm depressed because we had a relationship thing with a narcissistic woman, and my friend was being a narcissist, and I'm traumatized by these narcissistic people, so I'm going to sit around consuming content that has to do with that. Yeah, that's going to drag you down worse. It's not going to help, and you would have been better off fucking coloring. Okay? Look. If I really just need to get out of things for a second. Look, I got Mark. Look, Right here. Just boom. Ready to go. Markers. And there's some color pencils and crayons here as well. It's plenty of paper and little stuff like that. I have a collection of, I have all these ones that like my daughter started, maybe like painting. Oh, I have paint right here too. I have watercolor paint. I got water right here. There's probably a brush somewhere. Boom. I'm painting. I'm water painting. And like these ones that my daughter do, she's only like 5.5. So it's kind of, if she makes something, it will be something kind of just like this. But that's like interesting and a good start. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not much of a painter either. Like, I'm not really sure what that is, but like my 5-year-old like painted this. Like, this looks interesting as shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know which way to put it, but like, that's neat that a 5-year-old painted this, is it not? Like, so I have a few like these, and then this one's another. This is kind of like what you would expect more of, but even like, and it's neat, like things within the things. I can like shade in some of the areas and like like add my sense, so we have like our combined artwork together. So that, yeah, sometimes I go on my phone or listen to music or something to get myself better out of it, but sometimes you gotta go back to that stuff because there's too much shit on this online that people are profiting and making money, like Philip here, off people's fucking misery. That people are so miserable and put so much stock into romantic relationships and centered their lives around that they've lost, even when they're single, they've lost complete sense of themselves and feel the need to constantly have someone, even if that means taking whoever will give me attention, and then those people are complete narcissists wanting to take advantage of you and having you just as another player in their silly little game. I'm gonna let you guys listen to this guy. I'm gonna go get some water and use the bathroom. Let's see what else this dude is saying. I'll be able to hear in my
I only did that
headphone.
because you fill in the blank. For most men I talk to, the answer is 0. And here's why this matters. A marriage is two imperfect people who both mess up and both own it. That's how you grow together. But if only one of you ever takes responsibility, if you are always the one apologizing, always the one adjusting, always the one carrying the blame, that's not a marriage. That's a one-way street. And it doesn't get better with time. It gets worse. Because every year you accept the blame, you teach her she never has to carry any. A woman who cannot ever say, I was wrong, cannot ever truly repair. And a marriage with no repair is a marriage that slowly bleeds out. If you are the only adult in the house who takes responsibility, write that down. That's reason number 1. Reason number 2, you don't recognize the man in the mirror. Now think back to who you were before her. Were you more confident? Did you laugh more? Did you have more friends? Or hobbies? Or a spark in you? Did you stand up straighter? A lot of men, when they really sit with that question, feel something break loose in their chest, because the honest answer is, I used to be a different man. That's not aging, that's not just life. Other men get older and keep their spark. What you are describing is something being slowly taken from you. Living with a narcissistic woman is like standing in a river. The water moves so slowly you don't feel it, but it wears you down a little every day. Your confidence, your voice, your sense of who you are. One day you look up and you don't know the guy looking back at you. Here's the truth, brother. That man you used to be, he's not gone. He's buried. And you cannot dig him back up while you are still standing in the river.
There's no way you could get to know someone and fall in love with them and be married to them if they're a narcissist and they've been doing all these things to you, there's absolutely no way you got that far unless you are also doing some of those things. That's the only way it works. And that a lot of the times that woman was being narcissist, you didn't really pay attention to it or care about it until they left you. You didn't bring it up until it was time for this dude to make his little cope YouTube page for how his ex-wife was a narcissist. You would not have got that far unless a lot of those narcissistic things, you noticed them. Of course you noticed them. It was obvious. Why are you making it seem so obvious now? Why wasn't it obvious before? Because you yourself use their narcissistic behavior as an excuse for you to also do your narcissistic behavior for yourself. In this, now we've seen Philip multiple times sort of admit some fault, like, oh, in a relationship or in a marriage, people, it's like two imperfect people coming together. Pause. No. You complete yourself before. You should complete yourself and be who you want to be before you get married. That is, you should. And if you haven't done that, that doesn't mean you should punt your marriage or give up on your marriage or make it worse. You should, talk to your partner about we're dependent on each other for happiness too much. And when the other person doesn't give us what we want, we get mad and then we're like imperfect and argue, make mistakes. Boom, you weren't ready to get married yet. So you got to fix it by finding yourself again, telling the person like, listen, shit's about to get weird. Cuz we're having these rifts. It's cuz I'm not able to be who I want to be. And it's not that we need to spend time apart, but we need to accept that for a marriage to work, you can't like combine your lives. Like, okay, now everything that I do for fun is what you do for fun. What you do for fun, I have fun, and we all do it together. No, fuck off. Don't help me. Don't help me do yard work. Don't. You don't like yard work. You're pretending like you like it because I'm doing it. Go inside and sing. Whatever you like to do. Go inside and cook. Go inside and do something else. That doesn't, you don't, and then you as a person, oh, she's doing this, I'm gonna join. Let her do her thing. Let him do his thing. Let your partner do their thing. Everybody wants that like Instagram relationship where, oh, look at us posting together and we do everything. The reality is nobody's like that. And yeah, part of getting married is coming together and compromising. So guess what? You shouldn't put much stock in marriage's happiness if it includes all those things like compromising who you are and losing touch. You're always, if you live with someone and force yourself to do a whole bunch of things for the purpose of like, oh, I'm married to them, that's my wife, you gotta do all this. Yeah, that's gonna wreck you over time. If you're 45 and lived a colorful life and found yourself, then maybe it is a good time to get married and find someone on that level. But for the most part, you're not going to end up finding someone who's actually on that level. And with each woman you meet that isn't your wife yet, you slowly, and it fails, you compromise yourself so that the next one won't fail. That's what happens when you date a lot. You date, doesn't go well, maybe they leave you, maybe you leave them, but you start analyzing yourself. Well, I need to do next time in a relationship, I need to do this because being that side of me they didn't like. But you're done. You are going down the hill, and you're gonna end up sitting around listening to Philip Dungus talk about his ex-wife, and you're gonna be thinking like, that was how my ex-wife was too because she's a narcissist. We gotta watch out for these narcissists. I'm a narc-free man. I never get fooled by a narcissist. You already did, and it's because you're a narcissist. Again, you cannot end up married to a narcissist or a bad person unless you're kind of a bad person. Like, it doesn't really make sense how you would even got that far. If those person were doing all those behaviors that showed what kind of person they really were, some of it you probably liked because you have those same like bullshit, lack of empathy, put yourself on a pedestal type of stuff too. You understood it. And now that she left you for another guy because you got boring or something, because somebody fresh came into the picture. Or you were maybe the guy was puppy dogging and being annoying. You don't know. We don't know how Phillips, we don't know what he was doing in the marriage. He's not just coming out here. He's just analyzing, hey, here's the signs your wife is a narcissist. Do you think he's really not just talking about some of the shit his ex-wife did? And then making it seem like a societal problem that we all get sucked into narcissistic men. Dude, I don't even have to ask this question because I have boundaries, bro. I don't have to ask if someone is a narcissist or not because I don't even entertain those types of people. I know whether or not someone actually wants to be my friend because of me or not, or something that I have. I don't really have that much, so like, maybe, but I am generous though. I am a generous person to my friends, and very helpful towards them. I'm willing to be there for them. I like that shit. But it's like pretty obvious, you know what I'm saying? Like just the way they talk to you, you're gonna know whether they're using you for stuff or not. So yeah, it's big trust.
That's reason number 2. Reason number 3. The gaslighting has you doubting your own mind. Now this one is heavy, so stay with me.
Yeah, this is an instant, like, anything of that sort. Because I'm a fun person, so this whole, like, needing to date someone to have fun and be happy, like, that doesn't exist to me. A lot of people, that does exist. They kind of base their happiness on whether or not they're in a romantic relationship. Let's look at some of his. All right. We're not gonna listen to him talk anymore about his ex-wife. No offense to the dude, but like, this shit drags people down even worse. Sitting around worrying about how your ex was a narcissist. Like, that's not really, like, his whole entire. It would be one thing. It would be one thing if he just had a series on videos of like how to deal with a narcissist, but alright, we were just watching 10 signs you must leave a narcissistic woman now. Next video, 7 signs you're married to a covert female narcissist. If you are having to answer that question, you married the wrong person. And the divorce rate is 40%, and you should not feel bad about getting a divorce. And they're not going to feel bad either because they're narcissists and they're probably banging other people. So fuck them. Who cares? Literally, like, if you live in that misery, I see people live in that, like, I'm lonely, I'm sad because I'm not with my baby mom anymore. I see that shit, bro. And the constantly posting what they're doing with their kid. They're trying to show the BM. Someone the look at me now type shit, man. Like every single day on the Snapchat and all this shit, like doing, every time. It's just like, give it up. It's a better road. That mentality is the exact mentality that you're missing out on certain things that would have just made you forget about, like, you'll appreciate it. You can appreciate your BM and your ex-wife or whatever for the times you had together and the child you created. But it's pretty normal for people to have, like, the parents are split. Like, it's just normal now. Like, this is the future. When a female narcissist realizes you're done. Now, this is a podcast he's saying. He's saying this is a podcast. So he thinks that him just sitting there talking about 7 signs you're married to a covert female narcissist passes a podcast. These episodes are 16 minutes, 27 minutes, 20 minutes. I have been live breaking down this for, well, like 3 hours. So, first things first, the lack of effort. If you're making a podcast and you're get under 30 minutes, you're not making a podcast. You're just making videos. You don't have a full set of ideas and things to actually talk about or break down in a unique way. You're just copy pasta all the stuff about the female narcissist's greatest fear. We have to see this.
Every female narcissist has one thing that terrifies her more than losing her supply.
It's like more than losing her supply. Like, how you even with some these? How would you even talk like that or get to that point where you think of someone like that unless you're also a narcissist and you were looking the other way so that you could also be a narcissist? This guy definitely has I got cheating look. He seems like he got caught cheating. And then now he's noticing all these narcissistic things. You wonder, man. Is there any comments? Like his ex-wife, like he's a fucking he's a drug addict and scumbag. He's literally no. What if it's like you see this guy on one of the pred catchers? Like he's divorced because he got caught by Tommy in Colorado. The fear most men never find. Dude, anybody who watches this, you're insane, and you need help that is better than this. I will give you it.
More than getting older, more than ending up alone. And here's the thing, brother, it's not what you think it is. Once you understand what she's actually afraid of.
The clickbait. It's like clickbait. Brother, I'm telling you, man. Once you realize the female narcissist's greatest fear, what's that even gonna do for you? If you're here and you're like this guy, you're already dumb enough or narcissist enough yourself, we're probably gonna end up with a narcissist again. Like you need to actually he needs to start thinking about life as beautiful and to enjoy, not sit around being, oh, we're narcissist free, life's good now. I'm avoiding all these narcissistic girls, you guys. Like, okay, like most normal people, good job. Like most normal men, you now are avoiding narcissists, females that use you. Wow.
And how to use it, you stop being her target. You stop being the man she can push around. And you start being the one thing she can't control.
Dude, you're talking about your wife. If it's those types of conversations, like, you got all your priorities. You got honey potted and cucked a long time ago, brother. A long time ago, and you still don't realize it because you still be thinking about it.
Welcome back to the Narc Free Man podcast. I'm Philip Dugan.
This is only 25 minutes long. Look, he's got a mic and a stupid and a shitty background, so he thinks he's a podcaster now. Because you got to be a successful podcaster, you just got to have a mic, and you got to have a niche, and you got to have a shitty background. Because the algorithm hates people that are unique and talented, and it wants people that drag you into fucking misery. And I will not do that. We will laugh at this person and be like, we're so much cooler than that. I don't even meet female narcissists. They only want to bring me gifts of Frankenstein and Mirren types of women I meet. And they're out there for you too. Law of affirmation. If I say I'm very skilled at noticing a narcissist, And there's no chance of getting fooled by a female narcissist in any way, in any fashion. It just, you'll be like, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. You'll be dodging. You'll be like LaShawn McCoy juking them out. I have a Shady McCoy jersey, dude. I know my shit.
Truth about what they are dealing with when the woman in their life is a narcissist. No therapy speak, no splitting the blame, no telling you to just communicate better. Just the truth and a way forward. And today's episode might be the most important one I have done yet. Because most of what's out there about narcissists tells you what she does. The lying, the gaslighting, the emotional
How did you get that far in a relationship if she was...
what she does. You have been living it.
You got
what
caught.
Almost nobody tells you is what she's actually afraid of. What's underneath all of it.
Dude, you can't get rifled up like this about this unless someone hurt you. There's no... He hurt me. Dude, narcissist. I gotta make sure I gotta make sure I warn everybody out there that my ex-wife is a narcissist. Like, I knew there was a bunch of copy pasta Facebook pages on this. I didn't know how quickly we were going to find someone whose entire spiel is the narcissist guy. And I get that he's got a lot of Facebook followers, but again, Facebook's, in my opinion, like, I see the dumbest shit. The stuff that is the dumbest and most, like, not good for your mind, body, or soul that gets popular, and the people that get popular over the certain things. Facebook is by far, like, cooked. I don't know. There's good stuff everywhere. There's good people everywhere. But golly, you guys, it's not right. That's not right. To have an entire channel, and look, he's a divorced guy. Like, you know that he's already said, like, he's divorced. He's with kids, and book on co-parenting with, he has a book on co-parenting with her. That narcissistic girl that you knocked up. It's just gonna, and then people are, oh, I relate to him. I feel like him. You gotta be careful. We only have 24 hours a day. You only have a certain amount of time in terms of what you're consuming. Should you learn from the past? Yeah, but, like, this is one of those things that once you've learned, you kind of learn, and you don't need to, like, consume a bunch of content about. And also, like, being... you're susceptible when you're needy and desperate and a narcissist yourself and needy yourself for, like connection with anyone you can get it, even if they're a narcissist. So again, like, the way he's kind of talking with the extra emotional here, lack of vulnerability, this is a narcissist. This is someone who wants your clicks. He wants, look at this. Where'd he go? Go back. 201k followers, but also 201k likes. So that's a little strange. Okay, most of his stuff gets around 30 likes, 16 likes. Again, I don't like to judge or care about, like, likes and stuff like that, but, like, oh my god, look at this copy pasta. Oh my god, this is disgusting. Look at this TikTok. The Narcissistic Girlfriend Deluxe Edition. Someone was so mad about their narcissistic side guy expansion pack. Yeah, he looks like me. No, I'm just playing. Public angel mask. I need attention. Ego fuel. Smear campaign kit. Yeah, like, This dude needs to leave his ex alone. Like, this is enough's enough. No more copy pasting about how you guys are mad about your exes. Oh God, let's read it. The narcissistic girlfriend can look exciting at first. Charming, beautiful, confident, passionate, intense. The chemistry is unreal. But brother, sometimes what feels like chemistry in the beginning is actually chaos in disguise. At first, she may love bomb you. You may make you feel chosen, make you feel like you found somebody who gets you. Then slowly the pattern starts showing up. The mixed signals, the silent treatment, the guilt trips, the gaslighting, the victim text threads. Okay, what happened here is she liked you at first and got to know you more and then didn't like you. And then you should have just she gave you a bunch of signs to leave her alone, but you kept doing it, and then it tricked her brain to be in love with you because you guys been having sex, and it tricked the brain, and then now she's actually gonna stick with you because she's like, wow, he's gonna put up with all that bullshit. I can really take him a really long way. And maybe she's not even a narcissist. You're just presenting her the opportunity of willing to fight through all those bullshits for her because you finally got your chance at some hot girl or something. Like, it's not even I don't get chances with it. Doesn't matter. Like, I can look as hot and perfect as I want to. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean you're just getting at bats with hot girls all the time. Like, people are people. It's individuals. We put too much stock into dating and romance, and don't have ways of like get surefire ways that we're in control of. It's important to be a gooner. You're in control when you're with your Jill. Nothing can stop you when you're with your Jill. If you trust the Jill doesn't give me mixed signals. The Jill doesn't give me the silent treatment. The Jill doesn't guilt trip me. If you think about it, right? Anything and everything is malleable in the brain matrix. There's certain things that you might feel ashamed of. Oh, what? Oh, no. I got post-nut clarity, and now I don't feel the need to talk to narcissistic women. Yay. I don't feel the need to get tricked. But then it's like the whole, like, oh, people are out there to take advantage of you or control you, and, like, they're getting off. It's a thing. It's more of like opportunity presents itself. You're giving that girl the opportunity. You're letting a lot of things go. The whole charming, beautiful, confident, passionate, intense. You were kind of selling out for her for those first 3 weeks, and then you stopped doing that, and you kind of maybe started being hard on her, or calling out things you didn't like, and testing things, and then she acts a negative way. That was your sign to leave at that. That was the leaving point. But then you stay in there, and she realizes you're someone you'll be able to take for a little bit of a lick. So, like, yeah, like, if I was in a date, which again I don't worry about dating or anything like that, but if I was and we had good chemistry, and they were charming, beautiful, confident, passionate, intense, and then I started getting mixed signals, silent treatment, guilt trips, gaslighting, victim text threads, it wouldn't even get to like the last ones because I would have been out. Because I would have been like, oh, okay, this person was mirroring my glow for a little bit, but they're actually not big glow, and they don't have the energy to sustain and be with me. I'm someone who is valuable to a lot of people, and my love energy and my, chia, my, sexual energy and that kind of shit, like, it's valuable. It's powerful. I can't just, in terms of romance, I'm not going to close myself off and be in a monogamous relationship. If there's those things, I'm instantly done, because it's like, man, there's a lot of booties. There's a lot of people that could sit on my face. A lot of people out there that can sit on my face or want me to sit on their face, so I'm not gonna worry about that. And that's not just me, though. That's Phillips. I'm sure that Philip, you can find someone that'll sit on your face. You can find someone they want you to sit on their face. We're all special. And there'll be somebody that, and there probably already is, but guess what? People like Philip, they're ignoring all the beautiful and amazing people in their life in pursuit of women. Like my friend who was a narcissist that I stopped hanging out with, right? Instead of enjoying the time with me or my interesting shit or hanging out with me, being funny, letting loose like I do with my friends I actually hang out with a lot, like he was like mean and like tried to demean me on certain things that were like a flex and try to be like that. So no, I'm the one that keeps your, keeps you in check. What the fuck do you mean? I ain't here that long. I don't want nobody. We're here. How long? You don't want people keeping you in check. You don't know what the fuck you're capable of. We don't know. I didn't know I was capable of even making it as far with the content that I'm at now. Like, I didn't know. You had no idea. So that person that like checks your ego, you want to check your own ego. Yeah, you don't want to get inflated. You want to always base your ego on your value to people and like, are you being good to people? Are you being good to the right people? Are you being good for the people that showed up for you? But if you're going around worrying about the aspects of narcissistic people that you ain't even with no more, that you ain't even talking about, that affected you in the past, that you had you put up the blinders for, that you really should have saw shit from the start, and then you're being desperate enough in the dating where you're willing to get souped, licked up by these men or women that are narcissists and might abuse you, might use you for sex and shit like that. Man, you just missed out on maybe people who needed you. You know where your ass was at when we took the city over. But before that, the dogs needed help. Where were you? Like, where were you, man? Like, where were you when the dogs needed help? Lawyers in the commissary are not gonna pay themselves. Where your ass was in when we took the city over. Where your ass was in. What if I did a whole podcast in rap lyrics? But I said them in more basic terms. Like, I have been very clouded lately due to meeting a nice new girl that is has a very good energy to her. What was that one? Can anybody guess it? That's just, yeah, I'm fried. It's got me very confused. I'm fucked up about the shorty because she is a vibe. I said it long. What about Love Sosa? These people enjoy the music of, no, they enjoy and care about a man named Chief Keef, and they all do know this. And all the women also do love Chief Keef, and everyone does know this. If you mess with his group called the Glow Boys, it will result in a negative outcome for you. These bitches love Sosa, oh, and I know it. Fucking with the Glow Boys, you gonna get fucked over. Robberies and rovers. I am interested in potentially driving a Ferrari or a Range Rover. I'm white. I'm transcribing rap music to like some suburban dude who's never heard rap in his life. Some country guy in West Virginia. Dashers in the song within it. They man, you do. I believe. That's one of them honky beats that annoys the shit out of me. You pink-footed honky. No, I'm a honky, but honk honk. That and Sweet Caroline, man, I can't. I'm not a big fan of Toto. Anything like, what's that one? The one Toto is that? Man, stinking like Bro, Sweet Caroline can fuck off. If I hear that one more song, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna go to jail soon. If I hear that song again, I'm fighting someone. I've heard it too many times in my life, so I'm gonna beat somebody up. Every 5 times I hear it for the rest of my life, I'm fighting. Oh, let's see what. Let's see some of the. Man, you guys, we haven't even looked at the comments on this guy who makes narcissistic content only, and doesn't even make anything else. Wait, can we read through the rest of the podcast names? Yes. Oh, it's gonna be so fun. There's so many of them. There's like 143 of them. The mindset that sets you free after narcissistic abuse. You're not free. You're gonna get hooked up by a narcissist again if you're already saying that. The female narcissist's greatest fear: 10 signs of mental abuse by a narcissistic wife. How to level up after a toxic relationship. The thumbnail says, "She broke you. Now do this." The dark psychology of co-parenting with a narcissist. How to recover financially after a toxic relationship. She took his money. It's like all that. Why self-improvement doesn't work after narcissistic abuse. That's what a wonderful mindset. Law of affirmations. If you just change that around, you'd be feeling better tomorrow. If you said why self-improvement is good and a great opportunity for you after narcissistic abuse. But again, the only way you can take narcissistic abuse for a long period of time is if you yourself are a narcissist in some way. That's the only way that you could even be I've never been abused by a narcissist. I've never been with a narcissist because I wouldn't let it happen. I think I would just sniff it out. So I'm like, well, that's fucking shitty. I'm out. Yeah, my ex-wife was not a narcissist, dude. This guy. That's why I don't even care about being divorced. It was cool. I don't know. Whatever. If in terms of a family, my ex-wife probably good at that. Me, not. I need to get the fuck out and go be a store. No offense to her. I mean, shit. If she wanted to be a store with me, then let me be a store and then show you how to be a store. But I don't want to be no normal suburby. I don't want that. Maybe when I'm 50 or something. I don't know. I like being a parent. I'm powerful, good parent. I like that. You gotta have BMs and shit. I'm down with another BM. I'll make another baby mama if that opportunity. I gotta improve, bring my power to as many bloodlines as ooh. Let's not say. I don't think we should say that. It's because of me, not my because of me, like my genetic energy, nothing to do with like my look or my skin or anything like that. It's the chia, it's the power that I want a militia. The easiest way to start a militia group is to have a lot of children, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to form a militia group to stop the Terminators. I want to be like John Connor when I grow up, like the Terminator, dude who fights the Terminators and he's going back in time and all that. Yeah, that's what I want. I'm trying to be that. So, if anybody's interested in joining my militia group, that we're preparing to fight the Terminators. We're gonna blow up a data center. We're planning to blow up a data center. We're planning to blow up a data center. No, it's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. I'm joking, TikTok. This is all for comedic. Look at that beautiful Yankees hat. See, you guys, I would never pay full price. I almost did. I would have. I was about to pay. I was gonna pay $25 because it looked like it would be like $50. It was ticket price $35 on sale for $25, but then they had the $20 off. I paid $5 for this brand new. It wasn't even at the thrift store, you guys. Oh, if I saw this at the thrift store, obviously, I'd be ecstatic. It's gold likes gold. Roses loves roses. They did add. I love how they had the green vines in there too. It's just beautiful. It's just fucking beautiful hat. Classic Yankees. Shout out Alex Rodriguez. I like the new guys, Aaron Judge and They got this Ben Rice dude has been going off. I haven't been following much baseball yet. It's Giancarlo, I think he's hurt, but he's cool. I fucks with Giancarlo. Giancarlo Stanton. I don't think he's that good anymore, but he's cool. Fuck it. She is a sociopath. Here's how she trapped you. The Narc Free Man podcast. Will she ever change? The aging narcissistic wife. 7 signs a man has been emotionally abused by a narcissistic wife. Why narcissists lose control when you go no contact. 15's. If you're talking about going no contact, yeah, you dump that. They should have been dumped a long time ago. What do you mean by no call? And you really can't go meet anybody else. You have to like, oh, I'm no contact with this narcissistic girl I was talking to, because like, no. She never got leveled up with you. She should have been a better man within yourself, that you didn't even, you were a narcissist for letting her get that far. Mistakes men make when leaving a narcissistic wife. Implying that he's done a bunch of dumb shit. The mistake that gives your narcissistic ex total control. Don't make this mistake with your narcissistic. Oh, God. Did she force you to react? Reactive abuse. 9 signs you're being manipulated by a female. You know that it doesn't matter if you're a strong man. They won't even try it with you. If you're a certain vibe, they won't even try shit with you. No one will. If you're confident and happy and you have boundaries and you can't be taken advantage of, like, they'll know that, they'll smell it. But this guy is a lick. We should gaslight him. Oh my God. Alright, let's just leave a gaslighting comment. Get the fuck away from this shit.
Oh, stay with me.
I'm just gonna say, like, don't you have to be a narcissist to even get that far in a relationship with someone? I'm not even gonna comment. I'm not gonna hurt. He's already like obviously miserable. That dude's miserable. This dude's miserable. All right, cool. What a good time. What a great episode. I must go now. Wow, I was live for almost 4 hours talking about this narcissistic shit. Cool. Well, I'm gonna go make some clips and do something like that. And I'm gonna. But no, I gotta go now. As always, keep it fucking real, and we will catch you next time. Peace. Oh yeah, YouTube. I gotta turn that off. You almost caught me